The Cuirassiers are gonna commit into the fray. Can they swing? Yes, they swing, and that's the problem with Cuirassiers. When they start swinging, it's big numbers going up, and we can see more Cuirassiers coming at the top, 4 more, and that's gonna be a cleanup here.
Still alive, wailing away on the Janissers, and the frigate is alive with
Frigate
reinforcing fire, and there's no 3 galleys on the way from Julian. Is it being sent right now? He's got to get these out. There they are. The 3 galleys are going to deal with this.
6 Canyon from the Warheart as well. Villagers tanking Tom Hawk's big bus and being caught. This is a massive cleanup here for A's. Yeah, this is dire from the. He's just lost his entire army.
Problem here. It's going to be a huge problem to deal with. Just like the Mamluks, they're tanking so much damage, and they're dealing so much damage. On top of this, Janissary is moving forward, and look at all of that blue. Just a sea of blue there, dealing damage. It's finally the last Sparty goes down, but was it too much to deal with? Has he done too much damage? Come on back as well. I'm really slaughtering the rocks as well. Oh my god, there's so many +10s. The Urumi are still there. Mahouts, so many of them. They just show this area of effect, and all the
They've been focused.
about to go down.
The Yumi's been focused down really well, actually. However, the rest of the Mahouts down. It's just skirmishes underneath, and what a trade. XP in the way for India. Intervention coming behind. Most likely Brit Musks. Yes.
Let's go. Hey. Oh my goodness me. Clean up an aisle too.
5 red crews are also coming in from the consulate, but I doubt that's going to be enough to deal with this whole mass of skirmishers, gendarmes, war elephants, and dragoons. But
if that's not an overclock, then I don't know what is.
No, oh my god, these bombards taking shots on these dots, and you know, these dots are not gonna survive the ordeal. They're just gonna try and take as much HP off of these
How are we, my highness,
Gaius?
Now donning the producer load. Damn it, man, I miss casting with you, man. Why are you just
Three bombards still alive, but a surround trying to come in from A's right now. Ulans are running away, and the bombards are focusing on the skirmishers right now. Let's see these big shots coming in. Oof, okay. That wasn't as big as I expected, probably because there's Jaegers there and they have more HP than regular skirmishers. The Culverines, oh my god, that shot was humongous right there. And yes,
is pushing out way too far here. The Expos are on the other side of the trading post. And
okay,
the Axis have now snared on top of the clubs behind, and more clubs popping out of the double war huts. The Seton bows are firing heavily onto the Apache cavalry, and the bows are just getting absolutely melted here. The Ulans are trying their best to...
for sure. We can see the heavy cannon starting to shoot, and it's going to be +10s everywhere. It needs to kite a little bit because of sort of death. Make sure that they are not the one taking though. The force cannons are going to keep breaking some damage, and it's all of the revolutionaries. Wait, change. Oh, that was a good connect right there. That's the game right there. Big cannon shot. But we can see Ratan Shieldsman popping from that village that was placed earlier. And that's going to be 2 heavy cannons down, very likely. First heavy cannon is going to go down. Can the Ratan Shield get the second one? Those fishing boats, they're going to have to go down. He needs... What? Broadside onto the...
So I thought your pronouns would be, you know, Your Majesty, Their Majesty.
Can they swing? Yes, they swing. And that's the problem with Cuirassiers. When they start swinging, it's big numbers going up, and we can see more Cuirassiers coming at the top, 4 more, and that's going to be a cleanup here.
Still alive, wailing away on the Janissers, and the frigate is alive with reinforcing fire, and there's no 3 galleys on the way from Julian.
I'm back. How's it going? Come get some.
Hey Chosen, all good man. I think I haven't casted at all for this tournament, while I've been in the last one, so yeah, looking forward to casting with you.
Looking forward to casting with you as well. Yeah, this is my first cast of the series as well.
Perfect.
Gaius, do you know what the Civ rules are?
Repeats, basically. Yeah.
Okay.
Was it too much to deal with? Has he done too much damage?
Yep.
I'm really slaughtering the rocks as well.
Come get some. I was thinking we could do like a reenactment of what happened, like, you know, Frontline versus ChefSudiste, and they're like, you know,
they've been focused,
and then
the Yumi's been focused down really well actually. However, the rest of the Mahouts down. It's just skirmishes underneath.
I think we at least know the matchups, right?
In the way for India, intervention coming behind, most likely Brit Musks. Yes.
And yeah, I think we can, after the games are over, guys are saying. Mhm.
5 Red Bulls are also coming in from the console.
Oh,
But I doubt
Hey.
it's
Oh.
going to be enough to deal with
Perfect.
this whole mass of skirmishers, gendarmes, war elephants, and dragoons. But
If that's not an overpop, then I don't know what is.
No, oh my god!
Okay.
These bombards taking shots on these dots, and these dots are not gonna survive. So
Hey, everybody.
take as much HP off these bombards.
Welcome to the stream.
Yeah, welcome, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, AI overlords, and one or two fans of Come Get Some, and many fans of The Chosen who may be watching. Oh man, it's been a while since I've been on a cast, you know, but I had to come, couldn't miss this game, and excited to cast with Chosen for this hype series. We have the last game in the round of 8, is it? Our Chef versus Frontline. Thoughts on the players chosen? Thoughts on the
Well,
event so far?
I'm not sure exactly what ELO means these days, but both incredibly high ELO players, incredibly well-known players throughout the community. Frontline, in my opinion, the best American player here, today. And then, ChefSudiste, really, really good on the. I believe he's French. Not nearly as good as Kaiser Klein. Kaiser's really close to the heart, but
There
Chef
can only be one
yeah,
man
there
with
can
the
only be
biggest
one.
baguette.
Yeah, but yeah, it should be really, really good. I was looking at kind of matchup statistics. There are not very many. Do they? Do the viewers know what the matchup is today? The first game, the Civ, or yeah. I was looking at kind of some of the statistics of Japanese versus Dutch, and it seems in these high elo games that Dutch is quite favored. So it'll be interesting to see how Frontline decides to play as Japan. Come
Yeah.
get some, being a very good 1v1er yourself. How would you? What do you think is going to happen?
Oh man, firstly, I'm very flattered. I consider myself a greedy team player, but yeah, I think so. Thank you for that. I think this matchup, I was actually quite surprised to see, Dutch, the statistics. While the sample set isn't the best on DE, but
Yeah.
the statistics showing Dutch being favored in this matchup,
Yep.
because I've played the matchup from both sides, and especially on a land map with some good amount of Huns. I definitely favor Japan,
Yeah.
and it'll be a fun matchup to see. The meta has changed a lot. It used to be, like a greedy five bank boom FF versus 200 pop shrines, and it
Yeah.
used to be a lot of Yumi versus Skirm Cannon. But nowadays, the Japan loves the Torii Gates meta, some aggressive play, and we have to forget the map is unknown. So
Yeah.
we might start with some map bonus, some cool
Yeah.
natives, and
Yeah.
anything goes.
For sure. For sure. Yeah, it'll be quite interesting to see how everything shakes up. On unknown, the hunt should be really strong. Mine should be everywhere. Might have some really crazy natives. We'll see how it pans out. Guys, do you wanna take us into the game and get it started?
Yeah, I think we have 60 viewers, so do you want to wait for just a
Go.
couple of minutes?
Yeah, I mean,
Maybe
yeah,
hit
we can.
like 100 maybe, and then we can go.
Yeah, let's do that.
Yeah, let's just wait a couple of minutes. And predictions are on, so give us all your hype predictions in
Yeah,
the chat. We do know, maybe Frontline is slightly favored in terms of elo, in terms of tournament performance. But let me, sort of rally for the underdog, ChefSudiste. Uh, I think he's best known for the 10-10 Portuguese FF. Obviously, this is an H2 only tournament, but Chef has cooked up some good builds. I think so far, if I just look at the brackets pretty quickly, he did win, 4-0. He had a clean sweep in the round of 16 versus Carbone. Carbone, another, decent 1900 elo player. So, Chef, you can't write him off. I think he has the potential to, take at least a couple of games. If not, maybe even have an upset here.
for
What do you
sure.
think?
Yeah, I think that all the games should be very, very good. I think both I mean, Frontline, I don't know anyone that has a a deeper Civ pool than him. And then we do know that there are no Civ bans. But
Hmm.
I do know, Chef, he's got quite the Civ pool as well that he can play with, and it'll be quite interesting to see just, how all those matchups go, and they both have incredibly good micro. Just very solid players. I think that all the games are going to be very, very good and very interesting.
Oh yeah, I'm hyped. And forget everything I said about the matchup at the start. I just, again, just reminded myself this is an H2 only tournament.
Yep.
So maybe, Scum Pike Cav is so hard to micro, and especially if you let, Japan get those Ashigarus rolling, the high speed Ashigarus, it is a nightmare to kite them and deal with
Yeah.
them. Oh man, Joshua's comment. I'm sorry, Chobu. Joshua just typed CGS reminds me of an IPL cricket commentator. So like IPL is let's say, FIFA is the World Cup in football. IPL
Yeah.
is like, the English Premier League or the La Liga. So yeah,
Okay.
damn 100 by 100 comment there. Uh,
How many viewers are we at now?
yeah, very close to 69. That's a good number as any.
Ooh.
I think let's start. I'll
Yeah.
let you kick things off, Chosen.
Okay. Wonderful. Let's jump into it. Alrighty. We have in the left, in the color blue, the player Frontline playing as the Civilization Japan. Getting his cherry orchards down, starting to take his first treasure. All the normal stuff. Then we have in the right, the color red. Ooh, do they start with a?
Yeah, that's a
This
special
is
feature of Unknown.
yeah.
I think they start with a free wagon,
Okay,
Royal Embassy
embassy.
wagon.
Quite interesting.
Interesting.
Okay, and then we have in the color red, playing as Dutch, ChefSudiste. And they start with oh, that's really good for Dutch. They start with all of the coal mines, which we know mine, I believe, 2 times faster than normal coin mines. So he's gonna get all the I believe that's 2 times faster.
Oh wow.
They're gonna get all that coin that they need for their villagers and age up really quickly. That's gonna be very, very interesting.
Yeah, and I do believe they even started with the Royal Huntsman.
Yep.
I believe I saw him shooting, and now he's gathering food.
Yeah.
He's basically a villager that gathers food even faster. So all these things. Oh wait, what? What is Frontline doing? He saw the coal mines. It is Frontline who's gathering all this gold. Is he planning to buy lots of wood? Is this a sort of age one build? He's researching some tech from the natives as well. What is Frontline up to, man? I'm
Very,
confused, but I'm very
very.
excited.
Yeah, I mean, it does look like he's already bought some wood and turned it into some more houses. We'll have to watch the housing pop just keep going up and up and up. First card he sends is the
Mountain Warrior, I think it gives you more double the resources from the treasures. And look
yeah
at that smart decision. He had a 100 XP in base, and he will only pick it up once the treasure arrives. Sorry, this card arrives, and that'll be like a nice juicy 200 XP.
yeah,
And
and then
there's
he'll just
so
be able to
many
turn
treasures
the
on this
button.
map, man.
Yeah, quite interesting. These decks, they're you can only have 20 cards, and you can only have them for age 1 and 2. So some cards that we don't normally see might be played today.
Yeah.
We
Ooh,
can
nice.
thank
He has sheep. He's aging pretty fast. 135 coin. This is a pretty good age one for Dutch.
yeah.
Interesting to see if he'll, go for, Scum, Pike. Will he mix in Cav? What his composition will be? Because I think it's pretty hard for, Dutch to counter those Ashigaru. Musk Husk kind of steamrolls Dutch in age 2. Uh, can Dutch make something from the Royal Embassy? Maybe the Royal Musketeers or something that might just save his behind in this matchup actually.
Yeah. What do we have as far as natives on this map? We got the Maya, okay. Ooh. Yeah, I mean, I wish that I was better with my native knowledge. What can you share us with us?
Yeah, I think no, not much interesting natives, but I just want to see if we can, see Frontline's perspective and we can, just do a page up. I want to see how many juicy treasures Frontline has picked up. And look at that. I think he had a couple of XP treasures and a lot of gathering and a lot of killing guardians from his mountain warrior heroes. So he already has 2 shipments. Man,
Yeah, I
that
mean,
is insane.
he's almost up, and he has 2 shipments, and he has 50 pop already of shrines. I mean, I guess 40 pop if you're counting his TC as being popular.
Yeah.
But like, that's a very strong age. He's gonna be up by age 4, by 4 minutes, give or take. What is Chef? Okay, he's already got his first bank down. Getting
Pretty
700
standard,
wood
700
in.
wood. I think he'll even put more banks. I think one thing, if you can just see the POV of both the players, how much scouting information they have. Versus Asian Civs, the number one thing you have to do is scout the Age of Wonder. And I think Chef knows, Frontline is aging up with a greedy Toshogu Shrine Wonder. So he can maybe afford to, drop down banks for free. He knows he won't be pressured anytime soon. Yup, he saw the Toshogu Wonder. Good scouting by him now, gathering some of those, treasures as well. So yeah, that tells him what he needs to know.
For sure.
Meanwhile,
Adding
let's have
his
a look at Frontline as well.
Adding his second bank off the 700 wood. Let's see if he makes one more bank with the 700 wood, or if he
Ooh,
makes a
Chef
military
is
building
training
up.
something from the embassy or from a
Oh,
native post. I think those are the villagers.
yep, the
Berber
Berber
nomads. Ooh,
nomads.
interesting. Pretty greedy from Chef, I have to say. I
It
think
is, but
that's
it's going to
because
slow
he's
down
feeling
his.
comfortable. Yeah.
Yeah, it's going to slow down his next bank though if he keeps on training the Berber nomads.
Ooh, a batch of 5 Naginata by Frontline to get some raiding done.
Oh
And what are
boy.
these 2 forward, wagons that Frontline has in the middle of the map? Is this a native shrine wagons? Oh, so he went back to back 5 shrine wagons into 4 villages and getting a batch of 4 Naginatas. Oh man,
This is
that has
very
to be a
greedy.
very insane age 1 and age
Yeah.
2 by from Japan to
He's
be
going to have
able to do
almost
that.
200 shrine pop very quickly. I'd be very, very interested to see how everything keeps to go.
Wow. I think Chef did see the Naginatas with his native scout and he's trying to pull the Berber nomads back. He might lose one villager here. Naginata's not the best raider, but he does not have will HP and Frontlines trying to snare and block the villagers. Might get another
Oh,
one.
another.
Ooh.
They have
Oh
multipliers
man.
on that type of villager as well.
Ooh, excellent point chosen. Yep. The Naginata is a Lancer kind of unit, and versus the Royal Huntsman, they have that, bonus. Good raid by Frontline. Now mixing in some Ashigarus, and look at his eco man, 140 pop, 24 villagers, getting back-to-back shipments, even sending 5 Ashigarus. This
Yeah.
seems like such a strong start for Frontline, and do even have a military building yet for Chef here.
Yeah, and it's not coming anytime soon. He's getting his 4th bank up, and it seems. Oh, actually, I mean, he's
Man.
sending. Oh, he's sending Swiss pikemen. He sees that. A Berber. Very interesting.
Ooh,
He's training
those
that.
do very well versus other cavalry, but
Yep.
I think he needs to have a barracks soon. I think he's just expecting, pure Naginata from Frontline, so he thinks Swiss pikeman is enough to save the day. Interesting shipment, but here come the Ashigaru. Ooh, Swiss pike connecting. Oh, wow.
It's okay. It's only one Nagi. And those Nagi, they've paid off. They've done quite a bit. I think though, after seeing that the pike came in, he's gonna probably switch off from Nagi for a little bit, and he's gonna go much stronger into Ashi. And yeah, I wouldn't be surprised actually if he stopped making Nagi almost completely and totally for a little while.
Yeah. Oh, interesting. Another interesting shipment from, Chef
Oh,
here. First, he went for the Swiss Pike card. Ooh, poof, go the Mountain Warrior monks. And they get all the scouting information they need. They go back home to safety. And he's sending the Irish Brigadiers, which are, the sort of musketeer equivalent, the native card that Dutch gets. So that will be a nice unit composition to counter the, the musk husk kind of composition that Japan has.
sure.
But yeah, if we compare the economies though, so we have 22 villages for Dutch and I think 4 banks, while we have like almost 200 pop and I think almost 30 villages for Japan. So Japan is currently, I think, quite ahead. It's reflecting in the score. He has killed a couple of villagers, and he has a composition advantage soon. So yeah, frontline looking pretty good, even shipping the Daimyo behind us.
Yeah. Yeah, Daimyo coming in. All of his units are going to be stronger. Starting to train some Yumi as well. Has a moving barracks. It's the army composition is looking very, just the numbers wise, much stronger for frontline. I think that although Chef, he does have 2 different mercenary shipments in, so those units are going to be much stronger.
Yeah, Chef adding in a second barracks now. He needs to spend those resources. Frontline is pushing in. Ooh, that's a big blob of Yumi archers. And they kind of counter everything that, Chef has right now. Bourbon, Nomads, and the best cav. And we know, man, from experience that Yumi is good anti-cav indeed.
Yeah,
Especially
Yumi.
getting buffed by the Daimyo. They will shred through these skirmishes. Ooh,
Oh
Minutemen
man.
popping in. Is it go time? Chef. Okay, Chef not committing yet. He's still trying to poke prod, trying to use the scum range, do outrange everything that Japan has in H2 right now. But it just feels like too much stuff from Japan at the moment.
Yeah, I mean, just the Yumi alone seem to outnumber all of the other units on the field. Although they are taking pretty good trades.
Yeah,
Decent
and the
micro.
second barracks now pumping in the skirmishers. Might get the ranged infantry lead, TC fire. Ooh, losing
One
a
bank
bank
goes
though.
down. Although it doesn't seem as if he's having an issue with the amount of gold. Bank wagon does come in. Does he see it? Oh, no, he doesn't chase. Frontline's more worried about the military coming in. Oh, now he's just cramming everything in. He's got to focus all of this pike. Oh, he's pulling out, but it might be too late. This is actually looks about as good as a fight as it could have been for Chef. We'll see what the reinforcements look like. There are 5 more Ashi coming in, a few more Yumi, and then a shipment of Ashi as well.
Yeah, the bigger problem is even if that gets even trades, he cannot remaster anti-cav as quickly as Japan can. Japan has the moving barracks, the moving stable. He has the shipment point from the Daimyo, and he has the ability to spam all 3 kinds of units. While Dutch, they can't resend those Irish Brigadiers. The Swiss Pike are very hard to make. He does not have a stable. So only units he'll get is the Skirm and Yumi Naginata just decimate through that composition right now.
Yeah, and for the past 2-3 minutes, Chef has stayed at 22 villagers, 23 villagers this whole time. Does not look like it's economically. Oh, yeah, just this is not looking good. It'll be interesting to see if the GG is called soon. Yep, and yep. GG.
Yeah,
What a
GG.
good game. Frontline, he was like, I'm gonna be greedy, and Chef was like, okay, and then Frontline decided to take the win.
Yeah, and man, I love the build order from Frontline. The map is unknown. You aren't ready for what's about to come. You have a free building. The map is not scouted. Japan has some solid H1 cards that they can send. They can go for the shrine card. They can go for the 2 villagers. They can go for 3 fishing boats. They can go for mountain warriors. The options are countless, and just having that presence to see that there are coal mines on the map, modifying your build, buying some wood, leaving the treasure until the mountain warrior card came. All those little
Sure.
things just, steamroll Japan ahead. And,
Yeah.
usually in this matchup, we see Dutch with the banks has the early eco advantage, but not this game. Just
Yeah.
frontline just steamrolling and, had the higher resource graph, had the higher pop, and, just took the game.
Yeah, and I mean, it just goes to show, Dutch's strength in banks. Like for quite a few minutes there, once he starts getting his banks up, he keeps up with the eco of Frontline. But then, you see about at the same time that the bank goes down, then Frontline just kind of pulls ahead with his eco.
Yeah. Nice. Now we have more than 120 viewers. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to this round of 8 series between Chef and Frontline, presented by yours truly, CGS. And I'm joined today by Chosen. And the semi-finals are at stake here. The winner of this series will play, the is it Angers, Chosen, if I'm not wrong?
I believe it is Ungers. Let me take a look. Sorry.
Yeah, it's Angers.
It's
So
Ungers,
yeah.
yes.
Well,
Versus the
so
winner of this match.
yeah, so
Okay, well, sadly, guys, game 2 OOSs. So we'll give you a short
Ah.
rundown of what happens. Imagine this is Frontline, and this is Chef. That starts the game. They're kind of fighting whatever, and then Frontline just and Frontline won. Frontline won game 2.
Oh man. Oh
There you
man.
go.
Now,
That's how it
now,
went.
now, that's best summary you can get. I vote, Chosen whenever you are casting. Even if the game doesn't go OS, I want a summary. Come on, give us a summary of the first
It
game
kind of went
in
like
those,
this, and then they're fighting, and
Yeah.
and then.
That's hilarious, man. What are the comments? We have, Igor Sensei in the chat, the Halb enjoyer. If only Chef made some Halbs, he'd win. Yeah, man, Halbs would have been an easy win. Can someone send a link? Okay, them show me your biceps. Igor, maybe on my personal stream. Wink, wink. Yep, sad about the OOS. What can
Yeah,
we do? Interesting. So, second matchup was Chef's Ottoman versus Frontline's French. Oh
yeah,
man, I'm so curious to see whether Frontline used natives or was it sort of a more of a standard play. What happens because I would imagine that Otto has the upper hand in this matchup, especially in H2, because
yeah,
Jane this is so hard to deal with.
yeah, for
Hmm.
sure. Although French does have a very strong economy, and yeah, I mean, it would have been, I'm sure, a very good and very interesting game, for sure. But we
So,
have coming into game 3, civilizations are going to be Britain for Frontline, and then it's going to be Sweden for ChefSudiste.
oh wow, so Chef hasn't pulled out Portuguese yet.
Yeah,
I
no
think
port
Portuguese
yet.
is his favorite civ, but maybe the best pick for like an H2 tournament, unfortunately. So
Yeah,
yeah.
I don't know. I mean, with H2 only, you only get 2 TCs, so some of your civ bonus kind of goes away. You don't get the really strong goons and skirms. I don't know if Portuguese is really the play in an H2 only tournament. I don't know. I mean, you do have the early goons if you really want to, but
Hmm.
um, that's
Yeah,
that's
I
that's quite
agree.
a use of a
Maybe on a
card.
very strong, water map, or maybe like an ATP map, but I think even that's fallen out of fashion these days.
Yeah, I mean, you have to do so many other things, go out of your way as Portuguese to make it viable. I don't know if it's necessarily the play, especially when you have other civs that can just make skirms um, or uh, H2 goon for free.
Yeah, makes a lot of sense. So yeah, with that, let's dive into game 3. That'll be played on the map Korea between Chef and Frontline. Frontline with a commanding lead 2-0 in this series so far. It's a best of 7. And yeah, ready whenever you are chosen to
Yeah,
go
let's
into game
let's
number 3.
let's head into it.
So
Alrighty, we have in the color blue on the left hand side of the map, Frontline. Playing as Britain, Great Britain to be exact. taking all his crates, going and getting his treasures. We have on the right side of the map, in the color red, ChefSudiste playing as the civilization Sweden, getting his torp down, shooting his hunt, taking his treasure, doing all the normal things. Anything special about this map that you like? Come get some.
I really like, making one of the docks on this map. This map doesn't have any whales, so you can't go like a heavy fishing boom. But this map doesn't have too many hunts. You have like one or maybe two safe hunts. And then I really like, adding in a dock, especially with a civilization like Great Britain. You have a lot of wood, you have a lot of villagers. So, just put those villagers on wood, get some fishing economy going, and even having a caravel on the coast, given that it's such a narrow, there could be a potential treasure contention here, but no, Frontline gets it. But yeah, the sea is so narrow that, the caravel can, deny some of the mines or cover one of the top hunts.
For
So yeah,
sure.
I like the map. And the second thing about this map, the natives. Do you want to guess the most OP natives in the map?
I don't know, but I have a feeling you'll tell me.
So okay, so tell me. So quiz time for Chosen. What's the most annoying unit that Sweden has?
The Jesuit?
Uh,
Oh, I mean,
the
oh,
hacker
sorry.
pellet.
The Hackapella and
Yeah,
the
yeah.
Jesuits make them
Yeah,
stronger.
the Jesuits are basically H2 hacker pellets, so they are the dragoons that do area damage. So yeah, they can be pretty strong.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. Thank you for rating
Ooh,
us,
yeah.
Testo. Appreciate it. Of 26. Very cool. Thanks all for joining.
Yeah, welcome to the ESOC party, guys.
I have a very strong feeling that
Hmm.
whoever takes the majority of the map control is going to be the winner of this game. We'll have to see, if lots of torps are denied from Frontline, or if Chef really takes a strong middle and doesn't allow Frontline to get out and make, manor houses all over the board. We'll have to see what happens.
Yeah, I think the composition will be we will be seeing a lot of infantry from Brits.
For sure.
Probably, knowing Frontline, the player he is, loves to do a lot of raiding. So maybe some Hussar mixed in, and I think it's going to be the classic Carolean leather cannon composition. I think that's the only way you get Musk Falk in the
Yeah.
H2 tournament. So yeah, I think that's a pretty strong composition versus British actually.
Yeah, it'll be very interesting. They're both getting up. Frontline aging up with 18 villagers. He must have gotten a wood treasure or something. Or
I think
maybe,
18 is pretty standard. You get 300 wood, so you put down two. Oh, so he had a market as well. So you're right. He must have had a good treasure
yeah,
because you
must have
usually
really
get,
good treasure.
put either a manor and a market or two manors.
Yeah,
So yeah, again, pretty strong, age one for Frontline again.
for sure.
Interestingly, Chef topping very defensively. Usually, you see good Sweden players spreading out their villagers, taking the middle map mines or the third mine to sort of spread out the top economy. Uh, and it'll be interesting to see if Frontline goes for the forward villager. If will
Yeah,
he spread manor houses for line of sight, or will he put up a forward tower, aggressive tower, and an aggressive forward barracks also? We'll have
yeah.
to
I
watch
mean,
out.
it's kind of happening. I was saying one of them's going to be more aggressive on just taking the map, and it seems like that's happening. Chef is kind of being a little bit more passive, going very strong in base with all of his eco. And Frontline, he's already made multiple manors all around the board. We'll have to see what that might mean if Frontline's just going to continue to be greedy. A second military foundation coming in for Chef.
Oh wow. Okay, interesting. He is going for the standard, I think, four top wagon cards. Oh man, greedy, greedy Frontline, 60 manor pop. He aced up with two villagers and two semi-fattened cows instead of the normal outpost age up,
Yep.
and he's still going for a forward base. So Chef, as you're saying, with the early two military buildings with the earlier age two, and already five Carolians out. maybe he can do some, get some raids in on frontline, be a little more aggressive.
Yeah, we'll have to see. I personally would much rather have Musketeers in this matchup against Carolean. Like, if you're gonna do solely Musketeers versus Carolean, I just like Musketeers as the unit better. But we'll have to see. I mean, 5 Musketeers coming out for Frontline right now.
Ooh,
And
are the 5 Carolines going to find a well in the south of the map? I think there is something blue there. Oh, no, okay. Okay,
No.
nope. That was just a
Just a
hunt
flower.
movement. Could have been a good raid, though. Yeah, I
There
definitely
were
agree with you,
villagers there,
Chosen.
would've
I
been
think
great.
Musk versus Carolean is a, Musk favored matchup, but Caroleans have slightly faster speed, they are
Yep.
slightly better anti-cav, and you have the infamous, charge ability, which lets you, sort of disengage
Turn
from some
away.
battles you don't want.
Yeah, I mean, it's up to Frontline to push the envelope and make Chef fight him. Oh, he sends six longbows already, and Frontline, he loves to abuse just the unit
The
formation.
Caroleans going nowhere, they'll
Caroleans
find
are
the
about to
cliff.
get.
This is going to be,
Oh,
the
this is gonna
beach
be.
where they die. They are caught out of position. Oof.
This
Dying
is
behind the
D-Day right
brave
here.
Britain beach, yeah.
Oh man. Oof. I mean, that's. I mean, all of the early units that Chef just made are now gone, and Frontline's now. I mean, especially with the. Oh, I mean, he's sending leathers. See, I mean, leathers could be very strong.
Yeah, I think Leathers is the only trump card that Sweden has in this matchup, and a good Musk mass with some a good artillery micro can make Chef's composition. I think Frontline smells blood here. He knows he can't let the Carolean mass to get too big, otherwise it gets very difficult to engage also the leather cannons. He knows he killed a batch of Caroleans for free. He shipped the 6 longbowman card. He added some Hussar. I think it's go time. And yeah,
And a
Frontline
few
going for
vills
it.
are going to fall.
Oh man. Leather's getting good shots, though they are protected behind the Caroleans and the trees. So I mean, not the worst
I
rate
mean, they're
for
really good trades, though. The Explorer getting in to get the snare, but it seems like Frontline's probably going to have to back up and remass. Is more cavalry coming in, or are we going to go stronger into longbow? That is a lot of Caroleans.
Yeah, that was a nice reinforcing batch from Chef there. But
3 more
interesting
husks
composition
hitting
from Frontline going Longbow Hussar.
Yeah. 3 more husks hitting the board. It looks like they're going to go and do some scouting, just checking the map to see where those torps are. There aren't a whole lot of mines yet that have been taken up by torps. You know, if Frontline wanted to, he could
He
just...
will get finding a villager. Is Frontline noticing though?
Yeah,
And yep, not missing
of
a
course
beat.
he
Will
does.
get that villager. That's pretty lucky, honestly.
Yeah. That all those villager seconds to get that vill out there are now gone, and now they're gonna need to send another one if he wants to go and torp up on the top of the map. He's gonna find that mine hasn't been torped yet, and then he's gonna turn around, I'm certain.
Yeah, and I think Chef knows he's on the slight back foot. He has lost like 3 villagers to raids and that initial push. He knows he can't let the British economy get out of control. Once you have a critical mass of longbowmen, even leather cannons aren't that big of a deal. And Frontline putting longbows in stagger mode, going in with the hussars connecting with the leather cannons. A lot of
Ooh, this
infantry
is
for
not...
Frontline here, just diving in.
Yeah.
Oh man, not the best engagement. Hussar are in, Musk are in, Longwoman's DPSing from behind. A nice
Oh,
reinforcing batch from yeah.
Frontline is using his musketeers in melee. Quite
One
interesting.
leather cannon still alive
One leather's
though,
alive.
but shooting the manor house, not the best micro. This is just too much stuff from Frontline at the moment.
5 husks. Yeah. I mean, okay, 10 more hitting the board. 10 more caros. He's gonna need to put
Yeah.
an artillery foundry down, I'm certain, and get some more leathers.
Ooh,
Oh,
and
he
that's
is
what he's
getting
exactly doing. Reading a mind there, Chosen.
And the population is looking very good for Sweden. He's got 27 vills and 16.
Ooh, losing another villager here. Frontline not missing a beat with those raids, man. I think Frontline, one of the best things. I have played a lot of games versus him and with him, both 1v1 and team games. Frontline's APM is just on another level, man. He reminds me so much like Haza and Ace. Like they're almost always, they'll have multiple unit groups running across the map. They'll keep on macroing. It's just, especially in an H2 tournament where you don't have a tech advantage, it really comes down to micro, those little engagements, those raids, those decisions. And I think Frontline just shines even compared to some of the other top 10 players, definitely.
Yeah, and he's about to hit 50 villager population, whereas Chef, he only has 15 torps. So it's going to be pretty close as far as, economy goes, but Frontline is definitely starting to take the lead, and it's because of the raids that he's done. He's killed, I don't know, 5, 6 villagers very likely, and it seems like he's about to push the top of the map, and those torps are about to go down. And Chef, he's gonna have to push. He's gonna have to push out of his base and do something about it.
Yeah, that's true. Can we have a look at their decks? Have they been able to send,
A
some of
dock is
those
going
military improvements? Ooh, Cav HP coming. Sorry, what were you saying, Joseph?
A dock just went down.
Ah, love to see that. Love to see that. So, the first unit upgrade coming in, that is going to be Cav HP for the British SR. Will really help, going in, snaring the Caroleans, getting picks on the leather cannons. Now,
Sure.
team
He's about to have 6
infantry HP
leathers.
coming for, yeah.
Ers Majestet. Ers Majestet.
6 leathers,
Befäl.
a few caros,
Redo. Befäl. Redo.
and he's gonna get infantry HP.
Yes.
It's about to be go time for both of them.
Commandament.
Even training a caravel their front line. What's he thinking? Are there tops on the top that he can, kill from the caravel? Is front line just being a little cheesy? He knows he's in the lead, dominating in the score. Interesting.
We'll have to see. It seems like Chef is pushing out. Oh, that's a lot of leathers. And if he gets a
yeah.
good micro going, Frontline should be careful.
Yeah, I know Sheikh will be very mad at him if he mismicros those leather cannons like he did in the previous engagement.
Yeah, I mean, you don't want to be shooting at Manor those leathers.
Yep. I mean, don't need to buy Julian's micro guide. There's the biggest lessons you can learn, guys.
Yeah. You heard it here first, guys. Using your leathers to attack a manor house when you're in battle, probably not the play.
But this is sort of a critical mass of cannons, and the Caroleans have infantry HP on them. The barracks going down pretty fast. Logwoman getting a few free shots. Good micro by frontline. Losing a barracks, but killing 2-3 Caroleans on the retreat.
Yeah, it's practically a free barracks takedown. And there were musketeers and longbows that were being trained from it, so it's gonna hamper his ability to make units for a few, maybe a minute or so. So we'll see.
Yeah, that's true.
What happens?
One very annoying thing for Chef is, these manor houses, because what happens is, Longwomen with their infamous 22 range and the line of sight that manor houses gives. So, okay, big engagement coming in here. Frontline putting all his infantry in sort of staggered mode. More leather cannons coming in. Hassa starting at the bottom. Good Carolean cover micro for the
That's
cannon.
a lot of leathers. Oh, but they're just, he's in stagger mode. It's not doing a lot of hitting.
Yeah, good kiting though from Chef. Definitely playing it better. Frontline splitting his husk into 2 groups, coming from the front, coming from the back. Even musketeers going in, trying to get some shots directly on the leathers. This just feels too much stuff from Brits right now. Leather getting good shots on the musketeers. Longwomen DPSing from the back. Caroleans trying to kill the hussars.
mean,
pretty
the
close actually.
it's not bad. It's pretty good micro from both of them, but it seems like Frontline is getting the lead. And if you just look at the score, I wouldn't be surprised if Chef would call GG pretty soon.
Yeah. But man, that was actually some very good micro from Chef. Have to hand it to him.
That was
I
pretty
think
good.
Frontline had a pretty scary mask there, but good kiting from the Carolians and the Leather Cannon. But now this Husk patch just feels like, the final straw that broke the camel's back, and that last Leather Cannon
Oh,
goes
yep.
down, and the GG comes in.
GG.
Again,
3-0 from Frontline, putting on a clinic.
well, yeah, this is how you should play Brits in this matchup.
Yeah, that I mean, that's how you play Brits in that matchup when all you have to do is stage 2. I mean, one of the strongest stage 2 civs, at least for Euro civs. Very, very strong.
Yeah. And I think the military population graph that Gaius just showed us was so telling, especially after the first fight. Chef losing those 5 Carolians for free, and then the British economy just takes over and just completely outmasses Chef there. And
Yeah,
Chef had a pretty good engagement there. Was looking quite even if you look at the final fight, despite Frontline having like 20% more army. So that fight was a lot closer than we expected. But again, Chef was out of map, he was out of steam, and just Frontline just steamrolled over him.
yeah. I mean, Frontline took map, Chef didn't, and then Chef paid for it. That
Yeah,
is,
well summarized.
yeah. That map, you need so much map control. The hunts run out so quickly. Very few mines, and yeah, super strong performance from Frontline so far. 3-0. Will Chef take a game, guys?
Yep, looking more and more dicey. I mean, Frontline not missing a beat, man. Again, that those small things like raids. I mean, any other player wouldn't, send those Hussar out there. You might call it luck. I call it just, 200 IQ, being active on the map, not losing focus, and that's what you need. Those small advantages. Chef took a big risk sending those 5 Carolians out behind the British base. He paid for it. Then he
Yeah,
sent out the villagers to build the tops, unprotected. He again paid for it. And that's just enough for in these high level games. Just losing one villager and 5 Carolians for free. And then you're just behind all game. And it's just no coming back from it.
yeah, yeah. Just it was a good game. Lost his five carrots, like you were saying, and it just kind of seemed like it steamrolled from there.
Garja, giving us some deep Sweden knowledge, man. Garja, we are still praying for the Sweden guide. Man, no irony there. I love Garja's Aztec guide. I think Garja's Aztec guide, H2O's Japan guide, and Good Speed's guide, the OG guides. I mean, they just opened my eyes to, how deep the games can be and how some top players think. When I was just, like a budding second lieutenant. you know so yeah, we need that Sweden guide too, man.
Ooh, we see the civs coming in. India, one of, I would say, Frontline's best civs versus Malta. I have not seen a lot of ChefSudiste Malta games. We'll have to see what happens. What do you think?
Oh man,
How do you feel the matchup is favored?
I honestly have no idea chosen. I think Malta is one of the underrated civs, especially for an H2 tournament. Their units scale so well. They have such nice builds. You can go aggressive. You can boom with trading post. You can do the solid commandery start. I think I even seen, you remember that game between Julian K and Angus where Julian just camped with like 3 commanderies. And then, not many civs can push into that, especially in H2. You
Yeah,
can have some of those shenanigans. I think
yeah,
well used Malta is like one of those most underrated serves in this tournament.
for sure.
But as
But
you said, India, my home serve. I mean, we have all unit compositions in H2, Skirm, Goon, Musk, Hus, natives, and especially in a player hands like Frontline. It can is just very strong.
Yeah, I mean, you put an agrifort smack dab in the middle of this map, and it's going to be pretty hard to do anything about it as Malta. We'll have to see what happens if we get any fish in any of the ponds or whatnot. Guys, do you wanna take us in? Right. Let's go. In the top of the map, we have Frontline playing as India, as discussed. He's gathering his crates, doing all the normal India stuff, getting his elephant boys, going to get the treasures. In the bottom of the map, in the color red, we have ChefSudiste playing as Malta. He's getting the market down, it looks. Okay, very interesting. I think that's how Malta's supposed to start up most of the time, especially with that gold crate. Do
Yeah,
you
especially on a no TP map, I think market is a smart way to go. But again, interesting Sif pick on this map. Malta, one of the strongest start. Ooh, treasure contention. But this PD Goswami Tulsidas on his buddy Elephant, getting that 25 coin.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, I was
if that,
saying, on this map, commandery boom doesn't seem like the way to go. You do not have much natural resources, just one mine in base, I think, and a couple of scarce hunts. So yeah, I mean, I think you'd see maybe an aggressive bow pike opening from Malta. But again, India has the perfect answers to that play. I'm not sure about this Sif pick from Chef, to be honest.
yeah, well, we'll have to see. He definitely does have all the cards that he needs if he wants to do a crazy boom. But like you were saying, the resources on this map are so very limited. We'll have to see if what ends up happening. 2 caravels from Frontline in his deck. We'll have to see if those end up coming in handy in this game. I have a feeling though that it'll be a pretty quick game. That there won't be. It'll be just pretty aggressive from both sides. And we'll have to see, what actually ends up playing out. All these
Yeah.
treasures, pretty much no tier 2 treasures at all on this map. All just really small, crack shot and move on type treasures. But we'll have to see. Another treasure contestant for 40
Ooh, this
wood.
could be
Let's
big
see what
if India
happens.
steals
It's
it. India
huge.
loves their wood. Ooh,
Oh,
who'll
I think
get
India
it?
got it.
Wait,
Uh, uh, yeah, I guess it was India because there's no wood in the in
oh
Chef's
wow.
bank. Wow, Frontline is a beast with those treasure contests, even for
Do we
the
see a forward
wood.
Agra though? We have 800 food already, or do we see a defensive Karni Mata? Oh, so Frontline being like a economic enjoyer, going for the in-base Karni Mata, which boosts gather rate in all the area. I mean, it's the OG commandery, if you will, without
Yeah,
the Vigna coat. So it's basically half the Vigna coat which Malta has. And it'll be interesting to see what Malta does. I am hoping for the classic. Okay, so Chosen, you remember those days when Kaiser was smurfing as Bow Enjoyer and absolutely bashing every player with the Bow Pike Rush?
yeah. I remember that pretty well. Just
Yeah, because
go
I
in.
have been on the receiving end of that, and I hope we see something like that right now. Because I think against Karnimata, it can be pretty strong.
Yeah, I mean Kaiser's always just had a place in his heart for bow and pike, and we'll have to see if he goes bow pike or if he goes flamethrowers or whatnot. Be
Ooh, we do have the forward villagers. I think he has gathered 125 coin. That's perfect macro for steel traps. I think he is aging with the 400 wood. I think the first card has to be 700 wood. He is not saving for a commandery. He is not. He can't shop for a TP. There is no dog, so it has to be a bow pikey rush. And as chosen, you said, this is going to be a quick game. The bow pike rush works at 7 minutes or it doesn't.
Yep, he's just gonna go all out. And, we'll see if Frontline can defend it. He did not age up with the aggro for it, so it's gonna make it just that much more difficult, to get units out and to defend. But we'll have to see.
Yeah. Can we see front lines for POV? I want to see if he has scouted the barracks because that will be big. If he is, just
what is?
presuming Malta will boom, and if he gets caught blind, he does not put a barracks ASAP.
He
Oh,
just
so okay, he scouts just in time. And I think we'll see instantly a barracks being put down in India's base. And there it is.
Yep, barracks coming down. What unit does he make first? Yep, Gurkha. Yeah, so perfect. I would not be surprised if we see 3 wall segments put up. You know, one in between the coin mine, and then one from that coin mine and Carney, and then one from the coin mine to the tree. You know, and it'll be pretty hard to get in as Chef if we get some walls put up.
Yeah,
We'll
and
see.
honestly, 2 full HP heroes can kill half of those Maltese bows, and I'm not even kidding. With the storms, with the TC fire, so
Yeah.
I'd be careful if I were, uh, you know, Malta. Ooh, and remember, Gurkhas do outrange bows. Frontline is trying to snare with his heroes. Good micro by Chef. He's trying to break the snare, waiting for his 10 pike, and now fighting under the trees. Might get the heroes for free. Okay, again, nice pull trick by Frontline. Again, Frontline trying to build ballsy, trying to, abuse the Gurkha range, trying to get some pot shots off the bow pike. He knows Malta cannot add any cav with this composition. Remember, Malta does not have the 3 Huskard, unlike the French. So there won't be any surprise cavalry here at all. So Frontline is just happy to, mass Gurkhas and just, keep fighting for days to end.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be up to Chef to push the issue. And Frontline is more than happy to sit in his base with a Carnimata and just kind of, sit there and poke with his Gurkha and just be happy. This tree line does maybe make it a little bit difficult to retreat. The bows, they lose 2 for, half health on maybe 2 Gurkha, but
Yeah, and the 10 pike patch is not helping Chef at all, The
yeah.
advantage that you get with this build is you start with 2 barracks or 2 field hospitals, you call them. And you can get a pretty big mass of bows. You can have like 40 bows by 720, and you just try to overwhelm your opponent with the mass. But pushing in 5 or 10 bows at a time versus 5 Gurkhas, getting those bad trades. That's not the way to play. Now
Yeah, and
again,
the
Chef trying to
explorers are healing. Just poking and poking. Just go back, let your explorers heal you up, and pretty fine.
Yeah, and behind all this, Frontline has gotten away with greedy cards. I think he sent foreign logging into 300 export. He is allied with those Ottoman consulate, and we could see 3 Delhis being shipped at any time right now.
Ooh.
Going for the
Oh, never
ASAPs.
mind.
Interesting. Okay.
Maybe he just wants something to snare.
Yeah, I mean, I don't understand why would you go ASAP versus bow pike? Okay, so he has enough export for both. So I think he just wanted to get both out. And that will be the enough mass for a counter push.
Yeah, he's sending that, and then he's also sending the Soar. So it's going to be quite the cav pop in just a few seconds. And Chef, he's only got 10 pike on the field. Those 10 pike really haven't done much, and they're about to have to show their stuff pretty quick.
Wow. This is just, complete counterplay by Frontline. I mean, I don't want to call it this early. I was really hoping Chef would get at least 1 game off. Chef is a very good player. But it just looks like, Frontline has got it locked down. As you said, the cap switch will come in. 4 Savar, 2 elephants, 3 Delhis, and 10 pikemen is not enough. And look at that crazy micro by Frontline. Split firing skirmishers on the bows. I mean, I don't think Frontline has lost even 1 unit this game yet, Chosen.
I haven't seen a unit go down. Oh, and where are the pike? Oh, I mean, that's, okay, they're about to get on. The pike they're about to come in, but this is not, so many 8s. Look at all the 8s.
Yeah, and the storms from the Indian elephants. I think this is going to be a very big cleanup.
Hey, hey.
Nothing Chef can do.
Oh, but
Ooh,
Pike
nice
are
pop though.
coming.
Nice
That's a
pop
good
though. Lovely
pop.
pop.
But the
But
Cavs took it
again,
away and
Frontline with
all.
the micro,
Yeah.
killing 2 or 3 pikes in one shot. Remember, Sovas and Delhi are faster than the usual Cav. And Sova have a multiplier against the bows. And Delhi are just so strong here. Just taking
Oh
swings
boy.
at the bows, +8s everywhere, dead red bows, painting the Cascade Range map,
GG.
and the GG comes in.
Wow.
That's a 4-0. That's a sweep for Frontline. Frontline showing dominance in this series so
He
far, man.
he brought his broom.
Oh man.
Wow. Impressive.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, the military unit count, Chef, he did get quite a few units out early, but he didn't really do much with them. And then Frontline, he just got cav pop, and then just went in, and there weren't enough pikes for Chef to say anything about it. He just,
Hmm.
backed out and got everything wiped clean.
Well said.
Very.
I think the only, window sort of this build has theoretically, if you get those 20 bows in by like 6 minutes, and then you right click India's base, India should have only 5s come out by then, and then you try to idle the villagers. Remember, civs like India, the Asian civs, they generally don't have an early market, they don't get the great codes. So you just try to idle them, one shot villagers,
Yeah.
try to, just go in, snare the Gurkha and just try to get good idle time and good raids in. But Chef went for 10 pikes in the second batch. Frontline had his comes out at the perfect moment, had those heroes sort of snaring the bows, causing problems.
Yeah.
And Chef just couldn't get a good engage. And just look at the units lost, man. I don't see the blue graph going down at
Yeah.
all.
Definitely seems like Frontline knew his Civ better than Chef knew his Civ. And it just played out the whole time. Um, India just was very, very strong. I mean, I wonder if it would have changed anything or if it would have made it even easier for him if he would have started Agra. Guess we'll never
Oh
know.
man, yeah. I think pushing into Agra for is just such a nightmare. I mean, you got the bombard attack. It takes up so much space, and yeah. I mean, but Frontline just dominating. What else can I say? Um, Chef couldn't just cook up anything, uh, and just Frontline just cleaned with his broom. What was your
Yeah.
favorite game in the series chosen? And which game do you
Definitely
think,
game two. Game two is my favorite. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
uh,
I really did like the game three. I liked. I just love the age 2. Just Brit goes and does everything, and then Sweden has to answer it. That was my favorite game of the series.
Yeah, I have to agree. I think that's again the game where Chef probably had the most potential to sort of win as well. Because game number 1 and game number 4, the Chef just I think got outplayed by the build order completely.
Yeah.
Game number 3, there were a couple of big fights. There was raiding. There was back and forth. There was actually good micro from Chef there, the leather cannon and the Caroleans. So that was definitely an interesting watch.
Yeah.
Sadly, all we got from the second game was your iconic live action summary.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Yeah.
that's been a
Call me
good game as
anytime
well.
if you need one of those.
Oh man. So how much time do we have before the next series? Because I know I'll have to leave pretty soon, and I think Kenoki will take over. So
Yeah.
he's the pew 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 guy.
Yeah. Yeah, the next series is coming up pretty soon, guys. Don't go anywhere. Go get some snacks, or maybe get hydrated. I don't know. Use the bathroom, and we'll be starting up pretty soon for Frontline versus Ungers, I believe. Or yeah, Frontline versus Ungers. If someone if a mod in the chat wants to change the stream title to Frontline versus Ungers. That would be great.
Yeah, and I think we are joined by the baguette man himself, Kenoki. So yeah, I'll let you take over, Kenoki, from me. Chosen, it was a delight to cast with you.
Yeah,
Looking forward to more. Sadly, a bit of a short series, but again, well played by Frontlines, earning a spot in the semifinals versus Angers. And what a series this should be, Angers versus Frontline. So yeah, over to you guys. Take it over, have fun, and I'll be watching these games later for sure. Have a good one. See ya. GG's.
See ya.
And hello.
Hey, how's it going, Kanoki?
I'm doing fine, doing fine. I'm just getting the cam online.
All right,
There you go.
let's see it.
It should be okay. Gaius, can you confirm? Yeah. Indeed.
He might not have.
We still can get some.
He might not have.
There you go.
Oh, there we go.
Thank you once again, Come Get Some, by the way, for casting the previous series. It was really, really cool. Quite a short one, from what
It
I saw.
was pretty quick. I mean, Frontline, he just went and the whole time, and
There you go. I had to restart the camera. It should be fine. Yes, here we go. So guys, don't mind me if I have my vest on. It's absolutely freezing in there. You know the warming thing that you have in your apartment when you live in Europe because it's like -5 degrees outside. It's off, so I'm freezing in there. So yeah, don't mind me, guys.
oh boy.
Crazy cool. It's crazy cool. But hey, I hope the next series will be hot at least, so I can warm up. You know,
Yeah,
get a
it
little
might be
bit more
spicy.
cozy inside.
For sure. I'm gonna go use the bathroom really quickly, and then we'll be back, hopefully in time
Okay.
for the next series. Give me 1 sec.
I hope you're doing fine, chat. I hope you Gucci. Guys, I felt like an absolute noob or a boomer like 2 hours ago. I went on to Twitch. I looked at the bottom of the channel, like I was looking for how many people are already watching the previous series. And I was like, there is no number. And they changed the UI, so now the number is on the top. And I was like, what? Am I getting old? It has always been on the bottom. So yeah. Sometimes, I feel like the world is moving too fast. And I can't run fast enough, That's it, boys. That's it. Yeah, excited as well, God Game Some. Guys, can you remind us?
Ladies and
I
gentlemen, welcome
went
back.
a lot. Guys, can you remind us, guys in the chat, the OGs, what are the rules for this tournament? I heard it's only H2, if I'm correct. Are there specific bans on sleeves or cards, stuff like this? Chosen, you're back with us. Maybe you know that a little bit better than me. What are the specific rules for this tournament? So I heard it's only H2.
Yep. So
No
it's only
bans, apparently.
H2, no bans, and the first map is going to be on unknown. Just laid it all
Okay.
out. No Civ repeats. Yeah, I mean it's
Okay. So I guess a lot of English, a lot of Aztecs, a lot of Russia, I would say.
we'll see. We'll have to see. We didn't see any of those besides British the last series.
Damn. Okay. I'm surprised, but okay. Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, we'll have to see.
India as well. India should be
India.
absolutely insane. In H2. But yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll have to see.
We need more baguettes. There you go. They are coming.
How many more baguettes? How many are we getting?
I mean, there is never enough. I have to say, never enough. Can always have a good baguette. But
What's your favorite way to eat a baguette? Do you make a sandwich with it, or do you just toast it, or?
raw, man. A really good baguette, raw is good. You take a little bit of cheese, you know,
Mhm.
a little slice of bread, and then cheese. Boom, there you go, and
Hey.
you're Gucci.
You're Gucci. Gucci
Yeah.
gang.
It is the
Callan
long
over
way.
here just eats the dough raw.
Yeah, I can see that.
It's
I can
so
see that.
good. It's so good. He can't even wait for it to be baked fully.
Man, there is no, like, you know, when you I don't know if you have that. Where do you come from, by the way, Chosen? Do you come
I'm
from
here in the
England?
USA. No.
Oh, Oceania? Oceania?
No,
You mean?
no, USA, United States.
Ah, USA. Okay. Yeah, I don't think you have that, but you know, when you walk on the street in the morning, and then there is a bakery right there at the corner of the street, and as you walk, suddenly you become hungry. You know, it's like
Sure.
you just got your breakfast, but there is that croissant right there waiting
Oh,
for you, and suddenly you're like, oh goddamn.
yeah,
But yeah,
yeah. For me, it's although I swore them off, it's donuts. Donuts are pretty epic.
donuts. Oh yeah. I can get that.
Yeah.
That is much too pedestrian for Americans to relate to. That's true. That's true. Man, every time, you know,
Okay.
I watch documentaries or stuff on the US, it's like, where can you walk? You know, where is the sidewalk? Like, there is never someone walking, you know? It's like, if you don't have a car, you're dead, you know?
All right. It sounds like we have Japan as frontline in the first game
Damn!
versus British Ungers. Frontline likes to start with Japan on unknown. It sounds like he's got all the builds that he needs.
Yeah, Japan, strong Steve for H2, that's for sure. Pretty versatile, you can go rush, you can go boom. So I think it's a pretty good pick when you don't know what you're gonna face, when you don't know what the map is gonna be. I like it. On the other side, English, as expected, I would say very strong H2C once again.
Mhm.
So I'm really not surprised. A little bit of the battle of the Titans right there. Both of them are gonna try to maximize their house booming, I would say. And yeah, advantage for Japan. Their resources don't exhaust, which is actually a big thing. Or it's lower, I would say, than it's less reliant on map control than English. So if Japan can master it, can be troublesome for the English.
Mhm. Yeah, I mean, we'll have to see who the aggressor, maybe less aggressive, or if they both just kind of go at each other.
Yeah. Yeah, clearly. Let me get a stream.
Yeah, let's get into it.
We are ready. And hello guys, we are on an unknown map. I couldn't tell the name of that map. On the north side, in the blue, we have Frontline, and on the south side, as the red, we have Jacked. That is, it's Hunger, sorry, from the team Jax. That is going to play the English versus Japan on a water map, actually, with a lot of TPs. Do you recognize the mate? Chosen.
It's on unknown.
Oh, so
Map
you
is
mean
unknown?
it's completely random?
Yeah, it's
That's
completely
what you-
random. Yeah.
Oh, damn. I wasn't expecting that. Okay, interesting. So 5 TPs, water on the side. We have 3 whales, which is actually quite interesting, but since it's unknown, they might... Oh! Actually, they start with a dock. That's crazy.
Yep.
That's crazy. Are they both trading fishing boat at that point? Or not? That's the big question right there.
Frontline is no boat yet, though,
Hunger?
for
No.
British.
Okay, so Japan is, British isn't. One of the big questions is going to be, do they have water deck ready to go, and are they going to choose it? 3 whales is actually nothing to say no, you know, it's good. 3 whales is good. We
Yeah.
can see water deck on the side of the Japanese, and we have a counter water deck, I would say, on the side of Hungers. So Yeah, likely water versus counter water, basically. Um,
1 second, I need to take just a quick step away.
yeah, no problem. I was just getting the stream a little bit lower because damn, it was blasting my ears, you know. Few treasures getting picked off, getting picked by Frontline right there. Good treasures on the map, it seems. And going, oh, I like that. Going for the monk card, which is gonna give a lot more value for those treasures. Very, very good right there. It's a card that we don't see very often, despite Japan not having 3 villages, and that card, if I believe it's a mountain monks or something like this. It's really, really good. Basically, every treasure you pick up is going to be 50% more resources, which is huge when you think about it. It just got 2 big treasure thanks to that. And on top of that, your monks are actually good at fighting now. So really, really good card, especially in a meta in which, you know, you can have a lot of Edge 1 card because you can either have Edge 1 or Edge 2 cards. So you can have a lot of Edge 1 card, choose which one you want to go for, and in that case, it's a really good find. And that's the steal by Youngers. Damn! 50 XP, 50 coin. It would have been 75 XP, 75 coin for Frontline, so he is extra salty right there. And we could see that Hunger's trained a few fishing boats as well. In terms of edge up, we have Frontline edging up. I'm not sure if Hunger's is already edging up. Yeah, he's already halfway there. So Hunger's is gonna have the lead going into H2 basically. A lot of villagers on wood. It seems that he's going for some kind of a boom though, and maybe not looking to play aggressive, but I say that could be used for racks, of course.
For sure, and I'm back, by the way.
And you're back.
Very cool. Big hunts, so that's very nice. Always on unknown. You know, Frontline last series, he did the same thing as Japan. Sent the card that makes his explorers gather treasures more effectively.
Very fast.
Yeah, and
I see.
it seems like he really enjoys that as a build.
That was a very fast edge up from Frontline, getting 8 villages, I believe, onto that edge up in order to get it done. It's gonna be the big Toshagu shrine, so some kind of a boom, it seems. Usually you would go for Torii Gate if you were looking to play aggressive. So the big question is gonna be
200 coin.
200 coin. Yeah, that's the mountain guy card right there. He's going for 5 Shrines Wagon as a follow-up. I wonder, is he spending his wood in order to build the racks right now? Are any of the players building something? Yeah, we have a racks on the side of Frontline. Do we have a racks on the side of Hungers? That's a big question at that point, and I think we don't. Oh, we do. Forward. My bad. And he's training bikes. Okay, so he's gonna look to siege those shrine down. And on the other side, I believe Frontline is gonna go for some Ashigarus and try to defend his own shrines, basically. Yeah, we can see they're just moving out right now.
Yeah.
Lot of hunts on this map, by the way. Like a ton of hunts, plus multiple gold mines, it seems. Very rich map, basically. Like, there is a ton of resources. You can see all of those gold mines right there. That's already 3 that I just saw. That's a ton of gold. Imagine you play Germany on a map like this. You are more than happy, mate. Like your Startler wagon on that, and you're good.
Yeah, Kanoki's about to fall in love with unknown guys.
At least with this one, for sure. It's absolutely like incredible. We can see that Frontline stopped his boat production. I wonder if Hunger stopped his boat production and how many boats is Hunger on while the pikemen are getting picked off. So nice defense right there. 1 boat on the side of Hunger, so it should be a clear economic advantage on the side of Frontline, but you have to remember that Japan is a bit slower, I would say, than English in the very start of the game, at least if they are not going Torii Gate. So yeah, we'll see in the next 5 minutes if Frontline is going to be able to hold the pressure from Hungers, while Frontline is going for the 2 feuds.
Yeah, I mean, Frontline, he's happy to just keep on taking treasures with his explorers, make that card pay off as much as possible, but now Ungers, he's making his presence known. He's being annoying, using his pikes to siege down, making lots of longbows.
Yeah, and those longbows make it so it's almost impossible to move on the map right now because there is nothing that is going to be able to deal with those longbows. That's the big thing with English in H2. Like if you know that your opponent is staying H2, you can freely invest into those longbows without fearing a castle edge transition from your opponent, making them a lot more potent. And you can see here that he just cannot move out Frontline. And Japan is not known for going too military building at the start in order to get a stable on top of that, because it's expensive for them. The wood is very, very important for Japan in order to make more shrines. And so, yeah, at that point, he doesn't want to switch into Cav yet, but if he doesn't, he's gonna slowly but very surely lose all of those shrines. Oh, nice pick off though by Frontline here, dodging his opponent and managing to get one villager, I believe, and doesn't get the racks. Sad.
Well, he didn't necessarily need to, because there's only one villager there, so that's just quite a bit of resources that are just sitting there on the ground that will not be built. In fact, oh, yep, he just canceled it. Yeah, so he didn't need to siege it.
Yeah. While we have the first power spike, I would say, on the side of Frontline, which is the Daimyo. The Daimyo is going to arrive with the plus 10%, I believe, or is it 15? I can't remember. Plus 10 or plus 15% damage, which is going to allow those Musketeer, those Ashigarus, to actually contest in big fights. You know, it's gonna allow the Japanese to hold versus the British longbows. And I believe on the side of Ungers, we don't have upgrade cards yet being sent. So that's going to be a power spec right there for Frontline. Yeah, no card being sent yet on the side of Ungers in order to upgrade these units. So slight advantage right there in the following fights on the side of Frontline, I would say. Yeah, but that's a big army indeed on the side of Ungers. Still trying to defend the shrine. We can see Ungers starting to move forward. He needs to apply pressure right now because 43 villager, 44. That's a lot on the side of Ungers. How many Frontline does have? That's the big question right now. Frontline is on 32 and only 10 shrine, I believe. Maybe even less than that. Maybe only 9. We can see the stable though, and the first Naginatas are coming out. So maybe Frontline doesn't want to push now, like his mass is just not enough. He will need a bit more in order to clash into that longbow plus musketeer mass. And those Ashigarus are gonna pay the price.
Yep. They're about to get picked off. They'll take one shot though, at least. They might take... No, nope. Yep. They're dead.
Nope. Yep. Here they are.
But he's gonna get a good surround. Those Nagi get on those longbows and it might be...
and it might be a big collapse right there, and we have the Yumis coming out of the Daimyo.
Oh, but the Nagi are not really where they're supposed to be. The Pike come in, but these Yumis are just going ham. And then the Nagis are about to get back on.
And remember, if the pikeman goes down, then the Naginatas are free to go onto those longbows, and that's what is happening right now. The Yumis, are still shooting completely uncontested at the back. The Daimyo is still alive. I wonder if he's training something. I don't think so at that point. And there you go. That's a cleanup. And Frontline, hey, he is completely back into this game. He's going on water. He's still booming. The mass has been equalized, which is a big thing. The remass, though, might be more impressive on the side of Ungers. We have to remember that mass was due to both the export and on top of that a shipment. Can Frontline remass as big as Ungers? And it looks like it, mate. That's a lot of units coming up right there.
Yeah,
on the side of Frontline.
Yeah, that was about as good of a fight as Frontline could have asked for. Incredible micro, got all the things down that he needed to, got his Ashies in melee against longbows. A very, very strong fight that he just took right there. I would have liked to have seen him to maybe push the issue a little bit more. We do see, it seems, Ungers is going considerably stronger now into just almost all Musk Huss at this point. He might forgo longbows for a little while and just stay in that. I don't know if that's the correct play. What do you think, Kanuki?
I mean, he doesn't really has a choice, because if he goes massively into wood, like I think he needed time to rebalance his macro basically, and to make it so more of his villagers are on wood. That's what he's doing right now. He can retrain some of those longbows, but usually you don't want to remass longbows. You want to have 20, 25 of them, and you keep them, and then you mass food and gold units, because wood is hard to get by, you know. Oh, nice little drop right there. And that villager is going down. Yep, that's for sure. And that's gonna be a raid. The dock is gonna go down as well. Can he get more villagers? He needs to keep those Ashigarus, alive though. Otherwise, he's gonna struggle in the following fights. That's the thing. Raiding is cool, but you need to keep your mass in order to deal with English right there.
And he might be able to do that. He's just going to get picked up. I mean, he's going to trade back and forth with the Huss. He's going to get picked up by the boat, and I mean, he's lost quite a few Ashi, but he's traded very well with the Huss, and he got a lot of villagers for his trouble.
I mean, he's getting 3 Huss right there, I believe, on this trade, and maybe 2 to 3 vills for.
Probably
6 Ashigarus? Well, yeah, 5 or 6 Ashi, I would say worth. He didn't got completely cleaned up. He forced the army back. Good play right there. Really nice play. And that's where the water is coming in, you know. It's not only resources, it's also some map presence. But here we can see the infantry ball is moving forward. Not that big, though, at that stage, because a lot of the mass is actually caught at the back, was trying to deal with that Ashigaru raid, and I think Frontline did it. He remassed big enough in order to contest the remass of the English. At that point, we will see the following fight.
The Huss are coming in. He's got to be careful that he has enough anti-cav, because there are quite a few Huss that are coming back that had caught that raid. 10, 11 Huss. I mean, Yumi are the best anti-cav, so I don't know why I was.
But one big thing I would say at that point, and that's unusual for that matchup, is that the English doesn't have bow supremacy, I would say. Like, currently, the poking is on the side of Frontline, and that's not something that should be. It shouldn't be this way in this matchup. The English longbow should be the one dominating the long range. That's it. More longbows are coming in, and suddenly you can see how it changes the entire fight. Suddenly it's Frontline that is on the back foot because the English longbows are back. So that's really important to keep that longbow mass, to make sure that you have more longbows than your opponent, basically, in order to keep the lead on the initiative and to keep the map control.
For sure. And Frontline is doing a really good job staying up with the villager population because he has those docks. And this is a good fight. Oh, all the Nagi are getting into a position where they want to be. The Ashi are taking there are a lot of blues right here.
Indeed, and we can see those Ashigarus very packed. There is no cannon right there, so they can just move as a big ball. They are gonna go through all of these Hussars, gonna pick them one by one, and then they are gonna move into the longbows, in melee with the longbows. You have to remember, Ashigarus are not as strong against units that are not cavalry, but it's gonna do wonder versus those longbows. We still have some Naginatas alive, and they are gonna do quick work of the longbows. The longbow mass is going down. The Yumis are killing the cav, as you said, best anti-cav in the game, and that's it. Frontline, game 1, I would say at that point. What can Angers do?
Fighting there, I don't know. He's gonna try. It looks, but you know, he's got 3 Huss on the board and maybe 10 Musk. Like, this is just so clean. He doesn't really even have the military, the economic advantage. I don't know what he could do. He would have to make multiple, I don't know, docks and get some caravels out or something like that. Push on the water or something. I don't know. This is not looking at all like what Angers wants to be.
One thing for sure, he needs to stop bleeding units. He needs to get his production at the back so he can safely remass. But even with a good remass, what card does he have? He has the 2 caravels that are coming, but I don't think it's gonna be enough. Are there more cards that could swing the game on the side of English? I don't think so. Yeah, the upgrade cards have been sent.
I mean, if he sends the church card, if he gets a few Blackwatch, then maybe, but...
Maybe, yeah. We can see. Oh, nice. He's getting the first shot though, and the other flumes is
Okay, I
very
mean,
far.
this is what he needs. He needs to be able to take out water.
How many dogs on the side of Frontline? That's the big question. Only one dog, I believe. Only one. So he's not going to be able to contest that water versus those two caravels. Remember, he doesn't have a card at the back, so that may be a comeback here on the side of Hungers. Oh, wait. The dog is going to do enough damage. So no, that's not a comeback on the water for Hungers. He doesn't have enough to take the dog. And we can see the big infantry ball is pushing into the base of Hungers.
And you see the church did go down for Ungers, but I don't think that he'll get the church card in time for anything of value.
Yeah, because before it goes down a second time, if you get what I mean. But yeah, sorry, there you go. But the mass is still moving forward. The Yumis are putting the pressure on the Musketeer, making sure the Ashikaru can... Oh, and more villagers gonna get picked off. Yeah, that's getting from bad to worse.
It doesn't really even matter at this point, I don't think.
Oh yeah, it doesn't matter anymore. 60 villager on the side of Frontline. He has more villager than Hungers, and that's it.
That was a good game. Look at all the food stacked as well for Frontline.
Indeed. He had a lot of food stacked at the end. You have to remember that those shrines give resources basically forever. It doesn't exhaust. And as we could see, like, one of the big things is as soon as English, you lose the map control, you don't have access to the resources, and it snowballs back extremely hard. So very nice play here by Frontline, really using, that, as we said, that daimyo in order to get that big power spike, that good fight, retake the map control, like get the mass of the English down. We can see the big remass from the English. Imagine if he doesn't clean at first and he get that same remass, but without losing half of his unit to begin with. Like, Japan would have been completely stomped at that point. Like, that's what happens usually. But that little fight right there with the daimyo, with the military shipment and the export, really nicely played there by Frontline, and really swinging that game completely. Very nice play.
Yeah, just a really good game. Unit composition is just so strong from Frontline. He always knows what units to make. It's quite impressive from him.
Indeed, and I cannot wait for map 2. So there was only one unknown map, if I'm correct, right?
Yeah, only one unknown map, and then the next map. Actually, I didn't get to see the map last time, so we'll get to figure out together what map we're on.
I believe Josh should have put it all of the info inside in the Discord, or didn't he? We'll see. Yeah. You know what? I'm not gonna spoil myself, and we're gonna enjoy the map together.
Okay. Okay, Frontline is playing Sweden versus Ungers' India.
Oh, nice. I would say India. Every freaking day of the week. India is just way too strong in H2, in my opinion. But we will see. I would like to be proven wrong by Frontline right there.
Yeah, we'll have to see. I mean, leather cannons are very strong.
Indeed.
Yeah, it'll be quite interesting to see what Frontline has. I mean, all of his builds have been so strong so far. I mean, what we've seen today, it's been quite a clinic. So we'll have to see what Ungers has to combat.
Indeed. And I think the map is loaded, and that's a map I like. Are we ready to jump in, Gaius?
We're in. All right. You wanna introduce the map?
Go ahead, Chosen. Go ahead.
Okay. Well, in the north of the map, we have Frontline in the color blue, as the civilization Sweden, And then we have in the south of the map, in the color red, Ungers playing as the civilization India, as we discussed earlier. India's getting out on the map, taking all those small treasures, getting a good wood treasure. It'll make his village production a little bit easier. How do you feel about this map? I like this map.
I really like this map because it's both trading post, but it's kind of hard to actually get, you know, that big trading post line with ATP with stagecoach. On top of that, you have the water. You have extremely strong native on the map as well. A few gold mine that really make it so like you have to contest that gold mine. You have 2 gold mine at the top also, I believe, which make it so if you take the water, you basically surrender the gold mines at the top, but you have infinite gold on the water with the waves. So I really like the way the map is balanced. On top of that, you have some you know, some choke point, but the map is overall pretty open. You know what I mean? It's choke point with some trading posts and stuff. Really like this map. Short rush distance as well, so usually it's very active, but at the same time you have the water, so it's kind of risky to go on water, but you want to, but there is the rush that can come in, you know. So I really like the map. Yeah, as you can tell, I think this map is kind of awesome, to be fair. And as we can see, India taking that big wood treasure right there. Frontline would have loved it in order to get some torps. Sweden starting with a market from what I saw. At the, yeah, there you go. So pretty, I wouldn't say weird, but that's not what I was expecting from Sweden, that's for sure. Usually you don't see a market in H1. He's getting for the free wheels. On Unger's side, he's going for distributivism.
He has a lot of water eco cards.
Exactly. And Ungers doesn't. Does Unger has at least something to retake the water? Yes, he has the 2 caravels. Okay, interesting. I don't believe, I don't think Indians have access to the Portuguese. I'm gonna check very quickly, but I'm pretty sure they don't. But I might be wrong right there. They do? They have access to Portuguese? Okay, so wait. Let me check what do they get from the Portuguese? Because I know that they are fishing boat, but I was wondering, is there any... there is a caravel. Yes, okay, that's the thing I wanted to check. So there is a caravel coming with the Portuguese, so they can basically get 3 caravels on the sea, while Frontline can only ship 2 at one point, you know? So that could be a big advantage right there for Ungers if he wants to retake the water from his opponent at some point.
Yeah, he would just have to have everything, you know, kind of go that way. We do see an Agrifort in the middle of the map. It is on his side. Very interesting. And you see Frontline taking a native TP already.
Is it the Oldenburg? Okay, so Oldenburg allows you to get villages that can go only on hunts, but are a lot better on hunts. So basically that's what Oldenburg is doing. Agrafort is kind of surprising, I have to say, especially considering the matchup versus Sweden. I understand I understand wanting to go for map control, so I think that's going to be a rush from Ungers. Otherwise, I'm not sure why he will go for that Agrafort. But it's kind of defensive at the same time, so that's why I'm unsure. Usually, you don't want to go for defensive Agrafort against something like Sweden. Sweden is very good at booming. So yeah, I would have expected, you know, an Agrafort slightly forward. Yeah, slightly more forward, but maybe that's going to be a rush regardless.
Yeah.
And Dominion coming out here on the side of Frontline, so nothing out of the ordinary. What is Ungers going to do? That's the big question. No units being queued into that Agua Fort.
And
20 out of 20.
He needs to make a house.
The house is done.
Okay.
And there you go.
Already. Okay. Very interesting. Frontline. Is he planning on playing econ? Economic?
It seems like it, especially with the Oldenburg trading post. Native trading post, I would say it's going to be big economics right there. But we'll see.
Okay, he's sending his torps, okay. And then he's starting to train.
Also, I believe Oldenburg is giving some nice text in order to improve damage versus light infantry, if I'm correct. And also, you have a big button that can give you something on the water. You can also have access in your dock. You can have a battleship, but I don't think you can get that early on. I believe it's only later. And on the soft side, we should have another native. I wonder which one it is. Because sometimes, yeah, House of Vaza, which can give you the torp. You can get torps from this House of Vaza. So once again, two very, very strong booming natives basically on this map. That's what I was mentioning them at the beginning. They are very often used for that. And we can see Foundry, Artillery Foundry is going to get shipped with one lever cannon. So that's it. We're gonna see a lot of lever cannons starting to mass very, very quickly into this game.
Yeah, we'll see. It seems like he's gathering a lot of food now. And do you remember how much does a leather cannon cost?
300, 100. 300 food, 100 wood.
Yeah.
So he has
it's
basically
very
the
well
perfect micro for it, yeah. He will need a little bit more on wood, I would say, like 15.5, for example, something like this, in order to constantly produce. Also, if you want to keep making some torps, it's good to have a bit more onto wood.
He's sending Cav next.
Yeah, I like that. So that way you have the snare. If you can get like 3 lever cannon trained by the time that Cav is in, that's gonna be a big timing, you know. If you can get even two lever cannon would be really, really good at that point to get a big timing right there.
For sure. It looks like he's just barely about to get his second leather. Yep,
Yeah, there you go.
He will have 3 leathers on the board. He'll have 3 husks. He'll have plenty of carrows to defend it. And while we're at it, what does India have as far as consulate? Have they? Oh, yep, they Ottoman. Okay,
Delhi.
visiting the Delhi coming in. So
Yeah,
he'll match the Hussar play. Lots of Gurkha though, and so very little anti-cav. These husks come in, and it will not be good for India.
There is only 2. I can't remember the name of those. I want to say Sowers, but I know that Sowers are the cav. The musketeer. I can't remember.
Why am I having a hard time as well? Sepoy.
Sepoys. Yeah, you're right. So we're gonna see cav on both sides. The Sepoys are gonna come in. Sadly, Frontline didn't capitalize on the lack of Sepoys early on, and that's it. Now there are 6 Sepoy. It's obviously a lot better. More and more lever cannons are gonna come out. Same for Caroleans. The big thing though is that at that point, Frontline is going kinda all in. You know, it's been like 4 minutes. He hasn't added a single torp on the map, and that's usually not something that you want to do. Or if you do such a thing, you want your military to actually get value, you know. You have to remember that on the side of India, every shipment is a villager, and you can see a catch. Big catch right there, and there are 4 sowers coming in, so those hussars are gonna be dead. The big question is, can they trade against anything? And I don't think they can. Yeah, there you go. 2 of those hussars for free, and the third one is gonna get picked off. Can he get the... No, he cannot get the last Delhi. So there you go, 3 hussars dead. But remember, there is that big mass of lever cannon. I like the addition of some pikes on the side of Frontline. I think it's extremely smart to add some pikes right there. People rely on the Carolean way too much, while they are not actually that strong in H2. It's really in H3 with all those cards that they become quite awesome. So I like the addition of those 2 pikes right there.
He did also get House of Asa, and he's getting the torp wagons.
Exactly. Also, the 700 wood are coming in, so maybe we are gonna see even more tops being added, or is it gonna use it only in order to produce? There you go. So that's the House of Vasa shipment right there, the 3 torps. But the initial top that was on the mine is
Frontline's
gonna
gonna
get
push
hit.
the Agra,
Can he?
and yeah, I mean they're gonna just trade. I mean he's gonna trade 5 torps for an Agra, which I think is fair. Oh, but now he's gonna get sandwiched.
Yeah, I don't think he can get the Agra in time, and that Agra is gonna get a lot of damage onto his army. With that AoE, we can see the splash damage right there, and that's a lot of units from India. The cavalry is not there anymore.
And
You
he's
need to sack those lever cannon.
all of. Oh.
Run, baby, run! Yes, get the Caroline charge out as fast as possible from there. You don't want to lose all of your mass. Mass is trying to go back. We can see snaring the few Carolians right there, but the Cav is going to be able to march forward, and those Gurkhas are slowly but very surely going to catch up with that mass of Carolians, and that's going to be a massive cleanup on the side for Unger. Very, very nice fight right there. Really committing on the Agra fort at that point. I am really unsure because you are completely giving up your position.
I have a feeling Frontline's gonna send the French car surrendering.
Come on, mate. Come on. We helped you 200 years ago, and that's how you thank us. Okay, I get it. No, but there you go. House of Vaza going down, and really that push on the Agra fort. Is it gonna be the fight that is gonna decide the game? We can see though a good remass. Already 3 lever cannon, 2 more being added. We have a shipment. Is that shipment gonna be used for 2 more lever cannons? Yes. So we are gonna see 7 lever cannons very, very quickly on the field, and
he's training even more.
The 8-1 is in queue. He needs more Carolean though. He needs more pikemen in order to make sure that no cavalry is going to be able to touch him. Those pikemen were not there during the fight. They could have dealt with Osawa quite quickly.
Sure.
One thing though, you have to remember, lever cannon, they are fast, but they are not as fast as infantry. You cannot push out like this onto the Agra fort, because what you do is not that the Agra fort is really doing a lot of damage, is that you are giving a free flank to your opponent. And that's the big thing that cost him the fight right there.
For sure.
Trying to build some torps, losing a villager for it.
Down, maybe? No.
Oh! Coming back for more, you know? You got to love Sweden villagers.
Yeah, they want to take a few more shots.
It's like it's always like this, you know. If you haven't played Age of Empire 4, you have a unit when you play Chinese that collect taxes from buildings, you know, and it does that automatically. And when you click backward in order to get it safe, it goes recollect the gold from the building that is in front, and it dies, and it's super expensive as a unit. It's so triggering. But there you go, pushing on the Agra fort again, and we can see Red Army. What is he doing? He's going for a flank again. Look, going for a flank again. So are we gonna see a repeat? That's the big question. There is no cap though this time.
Go down.
It is indeed, but we can see big infantry mass on top. Looking for
cheeky walls.
Is it gonna be enough though? I'm not sure. Oh, nice. We can see that the sepoys are packing. He needs to kite though with those lever cannons. You have to remember they are still vulnerable to Gurkha fire, basically, I would say. And we can see lever cannons, sure they are going down, but not without paying for themselves first.
This is the fight of the game.
Pretty much, but you can see only 1 lever cannon still left on the field. Is that going to be enough? Lot of Gurkhas still. Carolean charge right there. 5 Carolean at the top are not fighting. There you go. They are finally coming into the fight. He needs to clean up. The villagers are tanking. Is that going to be enough to clean up the entire Gurkha mass? I'm not sure. Maybe. That looks good.
I mean, it was a pretty good fight, all things considered. The villagers are smacking with the butts of their blunderbusses.
Indeed. And we can
How many
see here
down. Oh. Ooh.
51 versus
30.
20. Yeah, so with 13 torps, that's basically 13 villagers at that point, because I think there is Oldenburg and the other one, so...
And he's sending 5
yeah.
or 15. Yeah.
I'm not sure that's enough though. I think he's behind economically.
Now.
Yeah, Yeah, he agrees with us, basically. He knows he's behind economically and that he needs something in order to catch up. So that's why he's going double dock. I fully agree with that play. If he only keeps going land, he's gonna get outmassed. Especially versus India. Remember, every shipment is a villager. So India at that point is absolutely huge. And Sweden needs to out-eco his opponent in order to compete. Remember, Sweden doesn't have access to Gurkhas. They don't have access to, I can't remember the name of the goons that the Indians have in H2, but basically they don't have a very cost-effective mass. You know, Karolian plus lever cannon, that's a ton of food that you need. You need a big mass. You cannot, you know, get some small skirmish and stuff. So you need that critical
Just
mass.
hit the board. I mean, he's just batching like crazy now.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, completely. And we can see some redcoats are gonna come in. They are gonna add even more power to that army. Sowers here in mass. Sweden needs 5 minutes in order to come back. We can see 2 caravels versus 1 at that point.
It's like ships in the
Can you-
night.
Oh! Hello! Just saying hello to each other right there. Trying to go immediately for the fishing boats. Interesting. While in the center, more villagers are gonna go down. Armies are gonna get traded again. That outpost though doing wonder, making sure that it's not free for hungers basically at that point, but way too many Gurkhas.
Yeah.
Look at that.
He's gonna be called in a few seconds.
Oh yeah.
Now.
Man, India is something special, I have to say. Like they've
Especially in an H2 only.
Oh, that civilization is amazing. Like even in H3 they are freaking strong. Like it's really a crazy civ. It's just the early macro is so weird that you don't want to play it because you're like, oh, I have to macro with wood at the beginning. No, it stinks. But the civ is so good afterwards. Some of the Gurkhas getting caught on the racks. Nope, not anymore. And they are gonna come back into the fight. Can he get some magic with the Minuteman? I'm not sure. Actually, he's getting kind of a pushback. Wait. Karolian are gonna pop. Don't go back. You have 5 Karolian coming. Oh no, that's only 1. Okay. I understand that. Because if you have a pop of 5 Karolian right there to snare the entire Gurkha mass,
Okay,
there's something you can do.
Water.
He did indeed. However, he lost his 2 caravels, so he has to remake more if he wants to keep the water, which is not gonna be easy. That's it. 2 caravels being trained right now. That's a lot of resources that he's investing. That was not the best trade from Hungers, but he doesn't need to have very good trades at that point. All he needs is to completely overwhelm his opponent. He doesn't have a lot of siege though. You know there are those flays elephants that deal a ton of siege damage? I wonder if that wouldn't be a good play at that point.
Yeah, I mean, flails are pretty strong, although they do die pretty quickly to Karolians.
That's true.
And he would need to make a castle to make them.
Oh, that's not in the caravan side? In the stable? I'm not sure.
I don't think so. I think that because it's a siege unit, it's made for the castle.
Oh, okay. Okay, yeah, probably. There you go. You can see lever cannons. They can be picked off by Gurkhas. You need a mass of lever cannon in order to deal with them. Caro's death don't kill flays that fast. Maybe they need the card in H3 indeed. But we can see that Frontline is getting big on water. What I wonder is Hungers pushing on water? We can see 3 caravels right there versus 2. There are also the 2 dock. Are there more caravels coming? Yes, 2 more caravels coming. And I think what we are gonna see is a double push. Both on the land and on the sea as soon as those 2 caravels come out. And that's likely gonna be it, boys. And girls, of course. But yeah, that might be too much for Frontline at that point to hold. We can also see all of the natives are getting picked off by Hungers, so as well he's gonna have that advantage going later into the game. The 2 caravels just came out, and that's it. You can see on the sea, all of the caravels are moving forward. We can see the infantry moving forward as well on the land.
Take the fight, but yeah, it's just the presence that Hungers has in the score.
Yeah.
Looking good.
And on top of that, he's idling all of the water echo, which means that the reprod on the land is not going to be as good. As we can see, he's also cleaning the caravels. So even if he cannot kill the docks right now, he's going to get his infantry towards the south, Hungers that is, and he can clean the docks with his infantry plus the caravels if he wants to. So really huge win right there from Hungers, completely idling his opponent eco right there, while keeping the prod going, basically just massing Sepoy at the back of this. He needs some siege though. He doesn't have a ton of siege on the field at that point, but that's just a question of time, you know. It's gonna come out. He's gonna have the siege. We can see caravels being reprod, and he doesn't need to push anymore. Like, there is no pressure on the water anymore. Just cycle towards the top and siege some torps, you know. Like, that's it. Just chill.
And I think that I just saw, yeah, he's making it till, I don't, I props to,
Yeah, no. Yeah, GG. You know, that moment you make a meal in an H2 only tournament, it feels really, really bad. Really nice game from both players. Really Frontline pushing for that Agua Fort, really punishing him right there. One thing for sure with that H2 tournament is that each fight you take is extremely important, because there is no H3 get out of jail card, you know, that can completely swing the game back for you. So you really have to be careful with those early fights.
Yeah, it was just a really strong. I mean, I don't want to necessarily say a Civ win, but the just India versus Sweden. I don't know what Sweden could have done any better. Like, yes, he did take that really bad fight under the Agri Fort initially, where he lost, I don't know, 6 leathers, and then that's maybe where he lost the game. But yeah, that's just hard to play against India when they have so much, when they can just start Gurkha and you don't have to do anything.
Not gonna lie, in my opinion, in an H2 tournament, India is just unbeatable. That's at least my first guess. I would say I would bet on India every freaking day of the week. They are way too strong in H2, but I would like to be proven wrong. You know, like, really. I really think they are busted though in that format, and I cannot wait, because Frontline is likely gonna pick India like it did in the previous series, and I would like to see Hungers bringing up something that can actually deal with them.
Yeah.
Will be surprised if he does. To be fair.
I would not be surprised. Next map is
next map is, I don't know, but we can
it
see
should
that we are
be
gonna.
Korea, and
Okay.
so, oh,
Mexicans on the side of Frontline. Okay, we need someone with the rule book. Can Mexico revolt? They cannot. Damn. No revolts. Damn. On the side of Hungers, we are gonna see French. I hope the map is actually a map with good natives, and it is. It is a map with good natives. It's gonna be Pomerania, guys. Sorry for the accent right there, but it's a really strong map for natives. Once again, European natives, very strong overall. The European natives, and I believe we are ready to go into game 3.
yeah, and Hera daughter, be quiet. All right. Left side. Oh, it's not Korea. My bad. I was wrong. But we do see Frontline, the left side of the map, as in the color blue, as Mexico, playing against Hungers in the color red, playing as the civilization French. This is quite the matchup. Who do you think is favored, Kanoki?
French, as always. I mean, it's France, you know, like... No, but one thing I wanted to say, every day I see France in red, it hurts, you know? My feelings are hurt right now. Like, come on, French is supposed to be blue. Like, that's...
So
There you go.
if
Blue
he was
or
playing
pink?
against you, he would be playing some mind tricks with you.
Man, the entire game I will be like Mexico in the red. No, it's France. But France should never be in the red. Like, that's the thing. But as I was looking in the chat, someone is saying that Hungers is not a big native enjoyer. We're gonna see. I would say he's already going for a training post. That's for sure. On the side of Frontline, we can see no TP, which is not the usual for Mexico, I would say. Very often we see Mexico going for that TP since their shipments are extremely strong. And hey, guys, that's a native card. That's 2 native cards. But he is lacking the 2 upgrades that are actually in H2. So you are likely right, guys. I don't think he's going to go for natives. On the side of Mexico, as we can see, once again, very standard deck. We have the whale card. So that's going to be 5 whales for Mexico if he decides to go on water. One thing, though, is that Mexico, they have access to 2 more cards with their edge up. Compared to other sieves. Japan also very strong sieve in that format since all of their cards can be sent twice, which is also something, you know. At one point you run out of H2 shipment. So it's good if you have 2 more H2 shipment or if you have basically 10 more by playing Japan. So both civilization getting their little H1 card, getting some treasure on the map, and I wonder what we are going to see.
Yeah. Still no TP from Frontline.
Yeah, very weird, in my opinion.
Yeah,
Very weird.
That's odd. And with these rules, he's not going to be able to reverse, I don't think. So...
Because, you know, with a TP, you can go for that Hacienda that is giving you XP. Then you can get the Cathedral that is giving you even more XP, and that is going to trickle XP the entire game. And basically, you got 3 shipments in H1, and like you got 2 shipments in H1, your 3rd shipment is already up before you edge up, and boom, 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 boom. You know, it just keeps on going, keeps on giving, you know. But that's not what he's looking to do. We can see the Hacienda, though, moving forward. It's going to give him enough XP for his 2nd shipment. Is he going to send something in H1, or is he going to wait for H2? That's the big question. We can see that he's stacking a lot of food, so maybe we are going to see some kind of picky rush, pikeman rush, I'm not sure. On the side of the French, no native card, you know, the one that is the Bourbons, basically. Allies, very strong card here. Ancient Regime, but it's not going to be sent. Usually it's not a very good card in long H2, so I'm not surprised that he's not sending it. It's more for semi-FF or that kind of stuff. When you go for long H2, I don't really like it because you have only 15 of those natives, and it really cannot hold versus, for example, 20 Musketeers or 25.
Yeah. I wonder if Frontline will go House of Vasa. I believe House of Vasa is on this map, if I'm not mistaken.
It should be,
Yep,
yeah.
again,
It's at the
yeah.
bottom.
Yeah.
And at the middle, it should be House of Wissen, waiting, there you go, which is very good if you get Cav. Both of those Civ have extremely strong Cav, even in H2 with some card. I would say the Chicanos might be stronger, even if they have less upgrades in H2, just because they deal with enemy Cav. So there you go. He's going for the dog card. I really like that. That's a really smart move right there. And as expected, picky brush, guys. He's gonna get a lot of pikes and he's gonna try to push on to his opponent. Really liking this. There you go. 8 pikes, and he's gonna try to siege down the TP of his opponent. Saltadors being sent behind this in order to deal with the Musketeer. And on the side of Hungers, there is no SR being sent, so he's not gonna have an answer to this. This TP is gonna go down, like that's for sure, because he has nothing to do with the Saltador. Yeah, that's gonna hurt a lot. I fully agree. Treat Gumblick, fix the bets.
The Explorers are ganging up on the one Explorer.
Hey, you know what they say. When you are not strong enough, you come with your friend and you win suddenly. You know. If you have been a child once, you know what it is. And Saltadors, boom! Oh, they one shot already the Musketeer.
My Explorer, your Explorer.
There you go.
Je ne peux pas bouger.
Rip.
Did you ever say those things in France? My dad can be your dad.
I don't know. I don't know if we say that in French. I'm not sure, because... Yeah, I'm not sure. But there you go. We can see the stable going down, being this absolutely necessary versus the Saltadors, and the free trading post wagon being sent on the side of Frontline. I really like the build from Frontline right there. Really prepared for that game, I have to say.
Did I see one of them had a deck for more age 3 cards? Oh, no,
No. It is just that, as I said earlier, Mexican, they have access to 2 more cards, and on a water map, Mexicans are super strong, thanks to the card that sends a dock and a fishing boat for every shipment. You get 1 dock, if I believe, and 1 fishing boat per previous shipment that you send. So it's extremely strong.
Very strong.
Really. Saltadors are absolutely amazing in H2. The pickies are just exactly what you want, you know, siege damage, very cheap. So I really like the Mexico pick right there. He's getting those crossbows. The SRs are trying to find a way in, but that's a lot of pikes. And yeah, they just cannot go in. And as long as those Saltadors can one-shot whatever they focus, like, Frontline has free reign on this map.
Free reign on the full TP line. He's about to get Stagecoach, and he's about to send Comanche Riders. It looks.
Free Chinacos, yeah, which is amazing once again. Very strong cav that is going to be able to deal with those 4 SRs. Remember, they have bonus damage versus cav, the Chinacos. So really liking this. I love the fact that he gets like 3 of those pickies, get the vision with the native trading post, and making sure that he protects his eco. That's the only way he loses right now, Frontline that is if he gets raided to death, basically. So those small little adjustments.
He has a few pikes just sitting there, just ready to...
So smart. However, he has to be careful, because those spikes, while they are cheap, they are worse than others. Chinacos, though, coming in, and remember, bonus damage versus cav, so if they dodge those SRs are gonna go down. He's trying to get the snare, he didn't get the snare. All of those villagers decided to shoot instead of smashing the opponent, and so no snare here.
Snare!
And those 3 SRs, they are likely to go down. We can see he's trying to get the snare with the low HP SR. It's gonna go down. The snare still up on the other SR. I believe the Chinacos are faster. 675 versus 650, if I'm correct. Even lower, of course, if they are being snared. But there you go. All the SRs are gonna go down. Meanwhile, there is another batch of SRs, I believe, coming from the north. Yeah, there you go. They are gonna try to join up. Oh, but Chinacos need to be careful. Indeed, some reinforcements. At least the damage is not in the base of Hungers, but that's it, guys. Look the card on the side of the Mexican. That's gonna be the dock and the 6 or 7 fishing boat. Boom! There you go. And that's the huge eco lead you are looking for when you play Mexico right there.
And
that's
then
why
he still has the Stagecoach, and he's just gonna need to be very careful that he doesn't get smacked by a bunch of cav.
Oh wait, France sending the card that allows them to make skirmisher in H2. I really like this. So we are gonna see some skirmishers in H2 on the side of France in order to deal with those Saltadors. I can't remember the name, but yeah, the skirmisher on the side of the Mexican. Once again, raids, but those raids not finding a lot of damage. Oh. Not getting the wagon, that's sad, because that wagon, remember, it's a dock, it's 200 resources, and it's gonna make sure that he can train more on the water. However, is Mexico sending 2 caravels as a follow-up? Because we can see 2 caravels on the side of the French. That fight is not good for Mexico right there. Soldati is being trained behind this in order to deal with all of that cav mass. I really like this. Saltadors trying to shoot onto SRs, but careful. They are very squishy versus those SRs, and that's gonna be more pikes. That might be a cleanup on the water. 10 Navarro riflemen, sure, but I think you should protect your water, mates. Sure, we have got vision, so it's easy to say for us. But you have to think of it that way. Like, what can my opponent do in order to take back the lead that I have? And what they can do is not kill your army. It's actually kill your eco. So you should aim to protect your eco as much as possible at that point as Mexico. And we can see 2 caravels. It's gonna be a cleanup on the water for sure. Unless he can sell his shipment and set the 2 caravels with the dock damage, maybe. So there you go. The damage is starting to occur.
Well,
Finally noticed it.
I mean, even if he does lose all those boats, that was just one shipment from him that was traded
Of
for
course.
Ungers to send one shipment for that, and he already did get quite a few fish out of it. So, I mean, at the worst, it's just an equal trade so far. Oh, he does get quite a bit of a military bump with those Navajo coming in. He's gonna lose one for free.
He's gonna lose one for free, but at what cost for his opponent? We can see not that many Hussars, and as soon as those Hussars are not a threat anymore, all of those Navarros and Saltadors are gonna deal way too much damage for his opponent's army right there. We can see some militiamen adding some damage, but they are gonna fall very, very quickly if they take damage, and I think the water has been cleaned. The dock is down on the side of Frontline, but Frontline is not even gonna try to contest the water. He's gonna keep pushing with his army at the front. We can see the Saltadors and the Navarros still doing damage. Remember, the Navarros, they have bonus damage versus villagers and coureurs des bois, of course. So he needs to be careful, the French, that is. You cannot fight with your coureurs des bois as you are used to with Navarros against you.
For sure. Yeah, the Navajo have, I believe, a 1.75 multiplier against villagers. So they take those down very, very quickly.
Indeed, indeed. And we can see what is he doing with his resources. Frontline, that is. Still 3 TP stagecoach, sending the 10 insurgentes, training soldatis at that point on the side of the French. I'm really impressed by France basically keeping up military-wise without sending unit cards. I'm really, really impressed at that point. And Hunger's still stable, I would say. He's not dead. He's gathering resources. However, his in-base resources are starting to run out, while Frontline has basically free control on the entire map. So very, very soon, Hunger's, that's it. He has almost no food in base. He will have to come out either on the water or on the land. And that's going to be the tricky moment, you know.
And you have to remember, Frontline has had the full TP stagecoach for quite a while now.
Of course.
I would not be surprised if he takes Vasa very shortly. Gets that I mean, it would be very good for him if he start doing House of Vasa.
Indeed. Indeed, especially with the pop cap almost approaching. You know, when you have 200 pop, what can you make? Native allies. There you go. And that may be also an option here for Frontline at one point. The pop is quite telling. 92 versus more than 120. So Hunger's clearly on the defensive at one point. And wait. That's a lot of villagers on the soft mine. Can he see? Does Frontline see those villagers right there? No, he doesn't see the coureurs des bois. They are running, but he doesn't see them. There you go. He sees them. That's a hunt. He's busy at the front. He's busy at the front. That's going to be a big fight right there. The biggies.
This is the game right here. The villagers are pulling in.
Remember,
the cap is not dying.
Remember, the Navarros, they are going to deal a ton of damage to those coureurs des bois right there. That's a lot of infantry for sure. But on the side of Frontline, the Chinacos are still alive. That's still a lot of Soldados, still a lot of Saltadors. And I don't think Hungers has what it takes. Sure, there are a lot of skirmishers, but there are still Chinacos in there. They are going to just melt those skirmishers right there. What is the report on the side of Hungers? That's the big question.
GG. What a game.
There is no report, my friend. There is no report. Really nice play. I really loved that game from Frontline. He came with a plan, and man, it was good. Man, it was good.
Yeah, that was a really good game. Very good up and down. It's been close pretty much the whole game. Really, wow. And all resources gathered. Frontline was behind that whole time.
Yes, indeed. You know,
French eco.
French eco strong, but French eco not strong enough versus all of the unit quality, I would say, of Frontline right there. And as you were saying, he was kind of forced into like contesting the water. But if you contest the water, that's one shipment that you don't use on land, and that was really, really an issue here for Hungers. He really got completely overwhelmed on land at that point, and nicely played by Frontline. Those Shinakos, mate, they did absolute wonder right there. Just tearing through the SRs and then cleaning up the skirmisher. Like, this unit is insane. Like, let's be real.
Yeah, it was quite an impressive game. I need to take just a quick bathroom break. I will
Yeah,
be
no
right
problem.
back. Give me 1 sec.
No problem. I was looking for a quick water break myself, but it's gonna have to wait, guys, because I have to keep you busy. Get a girl who loves you as much as Kenoki loves hype. That's, hey, Harrison, I have to say, yes, I agree. I agree. I don't know what the next map is going to be. It's a 1-1. Wait, no, it's 2-1 actually. 2-1 for Frontline. But yeah, 2-1 for Frontline. Right there, really nice play with Mexico. Really liked it. I wouldn't be surprised if we see India next on the side of Frontline, like the previous series. It was India in the 4th game. I wonder if we are going to see the same. On the side of Hungers, though, I don't know. I don't know at that point what can he bring to the table. Maybe Aztecs. I don't know if he plays them. I believe it's a really good H2 Steve as well. So we'll see. We'll see. Oh, whoa! Oh, transition. Damn, that was a transition. But yeah, India oppressive. I hope you are loving the series, guys, because that's a really good series. Not gonna lie. But yeah. Oh man, I need to drink something. Come back, Chosen. I need to go drink. And no, guys, it's not gonna be wine. I am not a big wine enjoyer. I am more. How do you call that in English? You know, I am more of a whiskey guy, but it's not whiskey. It's basically what we have instead in France. So we have Genepi, and we have what is called Chartreuse. I believe you probably know what Chartreuse is, and it's really good. But
I am
but yeah.
back.
You're back. So I'm just gonna go take something to drink, and I'm coming back right after.
Wonderful. Thank you all for staying with us. Feel free to go get a bathroom break. What is the next map? Take a quick look. Guys, do you know? All right. It also looks like India versus Russia is going to be the next matchup. Frontline will be India, of course, versus Hungers, Russia. Would someone in the a mod in the chat like to start a prediction?
With the mic on, it's better. Hello back.
Yeah.
Predictions already?
Prediction. Hey.
Damn.
Yeah, we have India versus Russia.
India versus Russia. Okay, so as I will stay true to my statement earlier. I'm gonna bet on India, but Hungers, prove me wrong, please.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah, we'll have to see. Frontline could take a very quick 3-1, and it'll be hard if Ungers does not take this game. Hard to come back.
And people are saying that my camera is not in sync with my microphone. Guys, it's not that. I move so fast, you know, that the camera cannot keep up. That's what happens. Okay, guys?
That's what's happening. Yeah, you move faster than the speed of sound.
Exactly. Which is insane. That's why, you know, my
Supersonic.
entire apartment is soundproof in order for my neighbors not to be blasted away
With the
every time I
sonic boom.
start moving. Yeah, that's what it is. Let's go, guys. The map is ready. We are going on the map. Take us in, guys.
Alrighty, we are on the map Gran Chaco. At the very top of the map, we have Frontline in the color blue, playing as India, doing all of his normal India stuff. And then at the very bottom of the map, we have Ungers in the color red, playing as Russia. Kanoki, you have said multiple times on this stream so far that you think that India is unbeatable. What is Ungers going to have to do in order to make that statement? How is he going to prove you wrong?
Magic? I mean, not gonna lie, it's on top of that, probably the best map there is for India. We can see that he's already getting all of the llamas, so he's gonna have basically infinite XP versus Russia that doesn't have like very good scaling outside of just training bills constantly, you know. So you basically have one sieve that is gonna have two ways to scale versus a sieve with only one way to scale. So it's gonna be really, really hard right there for Hungers to contest versus 8 llamas India. I hope we are gonna see a sacred field in order to double that XP. That's basically gonna be 2.5 or 3 TPs, I believe.
He got every llama.
Yeah, he got all of them. Of course, on this map, of course, every single time. And remember, India is scary strong. Absolutely insanely strong. In general, in H2. So on top of that, with basically 2.5 TP advantage on the opponent, mate, Hungers, prove me wrong. Prove me wrong. I hope you do. But I'm clearly betting on Frontline at that point, guys. There you go.
Okay. Well, I can't necessarily blame you. Although I think Ungers, if he gets, I don't know, just a really solid and quick, if Frontline is too greedy, he starts with a Carney and instead of going for an Agrifort, which I don't think will happen. Oh, his Explorer died.
Hey, you know, that's how it starts.
That is.
You know, you feel too confident, you lose your Explorer, and then you lose 2 C-Poise, and then you lose 3 C-Poise, you know, and that's how you lose games.
Yeah.
We'll see.
He's getting a good food treasure, which is going to be really helpful for his age up.
Indeed.
It's hard to not idle as Russia getting up. So once he gets that food treasure, I mean, he'll
I think he's gonna edge too fast for that food treasure, maybe. Up! Just barely. Boom! He can edge up. Perfect. Indeed, gaining, 3 seconds, but 3 seconds is a lot when it comes to strategy games. Frontline finally getting the treasure on top of however, he's gonna need to keep... That's an aggro?
Not aggressive.
Yeah. Of course, defensive Agra fort. So now Hungers, his only game plan was getting a good rush. Nope, you can't, because India, mate. That's it, because India. You want to rush? Okay, just Agra fort and you have to be peaceful now. So yeah, that's gonna be tough. That's all I'm saying. No card being sent in transition. Frontline is playing this fully in H2. He's gonna wait for his H2 card to come in. On the side of Hungers, he's likely gonna go for a forward blockhouse. That's what we see with 2 villagers coming in. That blockhouse though is straight on the path of the Agra Fort. If he wants to push, he's gonna have to go through the Agra Fort. Which is a big issue. If the blockhouse was towards the north side, he could have, contest the eco of his opponent, especially the back gold mine, without having to necessarily go through the Agra Fort. However, that blockhouse will be better later in the game in order to contest the hunt on the bottom left side of the map. So why not? But early on for Rush, it's a worse positioning since it's so close to the Agra Fort. But we can see blockhouse going up. Hungers, still no villager in queue. There you go, villagers in queue. What is going to be the first shipment? What is he going to train? We can see we have the Cossacks, of course. 5 Cossacks, and behind this, likely what we are going to see is a Strele batch, I believe, but we'll see.
Yes, he needs the Cossacks to do some work. If he doesn't get 2-3 villagers with them, it's going to be very hard to keep going.
I'm going to give you 1 point. It's Christmas season. Who knows? Who knows? Maybe he can get something, We'll see. We'll see. But yeah, 5 Cossacks are coming in. Frontline training his first batch of Sepoys. The Cossacks, though, yeah, they are. They are on the field. And you can see they are going towards the right side, sure, because they had to go all the way around that Agra Fort. He's gonna go for a treasure first, so reducing his chances, basically, of picking up villagers. Why are those llamas moving towards the front? I don't know. And Hungers,
he's making a wall out of the llamas.
Damn! But we can see that the Russian player is making musketeers instead of strelets, which means he's not gonna have as good of a tool in order to deal with those early sepoys. The Cossacks, they are trying to find some value onto that sepoy right there, trying to find the villager as well. Already 1 Cossack going down, 2 sepoys going down as well. No villager going down though. And Hungers is gonna have to go back. There you go. What?
Yeah, I mean the positioning, you don't really want to have to fight behind the base in order to try and pick off stuff from Hungers.
Of course.
That's what he has to do with the Agra Fort being where it's at. Consulate is coming up. It's going to become even more and more dangerous to start coming behind the back of the Indian base.
So basically at that point, what Hungers wants to do is not trade units. He has to just stay back, train as much as he can, keep an enormous production, and basically hope that India doesn't outscale him by the time India has to move towards the hunt that we see at the south side. If India isn't too big at the moment they are going to push out, Hungers has a chance. Otherwise, I don't see how he can push into his base. I'm going to be very real. I don't think it's an option for him. But there is the just wait, basically, for the hunt in base to expire.
Yeah, Hungers is going to have to. I would think it would be pretty smart if he's able to get a blockhouse on either hunt on either side of Frontline's base. It could make it very difficult for Frontline in the next...
Wait, that villager, oh, he's pulling, you can see, he manages to pull the hunt a little bit more in, which is a big deal, because that hunt, that's a lot of food. If he can pull that hunt in, that's gonna be a lot more safety, a lot more time for him in order to mass. So he really needs to pull that hunt in, and Hungers need to make sure that that hunt never crosses through the market. But you can see already sending the villager.
Oh,
mates,
got it through.
Yeah, that hunt is safe. That's it. Yeah, that's small things right there, but that's one more hunt basically for, as we said, for Frontline. So he's gonna have more time, more mass before he pushes. Remember, those llamas are gonna trickle XP, so the more he can wait into his base, the more XP, the more shipment, so the more villagers and the more army is gonna have before pushing out. So that's really, really scary at that point on the side of Frontline. However, I would say, are his Hungers ahead in terms of score? Isn't Russia supposed to downscore?
Yeah,
That's
I
why.
mean,
That's what
India
I heard.
has been in their base for quite a while, and there are a lot of houses being built and just a lot of buildings for Ungers, and so that might be why he has, I mean, almost no strelts to speak of. So, I mean, it makes sense, but now Frontline is definitely taking the lead with score.
Yeah, indeed. And he's also taking the lead in terms of unit quality, I would say. Because you have, as Garja is saying in the chat, some of those camels coming in. There are also those Streltsy that are not going to be able to deal with the Gurkhas. The Gurkhas just are strictly better when it comes to single model. And as we can see, the mass is growing, and India doesn't have to come out. And there is even a third hunt that is starting to go towards the base of India. So India may be fine sitting in the base for a lot longer, which one again spells doom to the strategy of Hungers at that point. And that's it. The score is completely going in favor of Frontline at that point. A bit less with that shipment just arriving.
I mean,
He's
it is
gonna need more
quite the mass for Ungers. Although the units, like you were saying, not very high quality. But India can just kite back and you know, use the aggro forward. I mean, there are a lot of Cossacks, but I mean, it doesn't mean a whole lot right now. And he's just smashing in. I don't know if that's the play for Frontline, but we'll have to see. A lot of Cossacks going down, just walking around, not doing anything. Oh, Soar's gonna die. Okay.
I think he wants to wait for his upgrade. I'm surprised he pushed while his upgrade was still on the way. But one of the reasons that you want to push at that point is that so you don't have to make more houses. That may seem very weird, you know, but at one point when you make houses, it's not real value. So when you have a lot of units, you want to start trading. So you don't have to make as many houses, and your opponent is losing mass as well. So I like the fact that he's pushing, that he's trying to get trades. Just the timing a little bit early. I really think those plus 15%, remember that's a card that gives plus 15%, that's huge to all of the units that he has right now. Plus 10, sorry, plus 10. That's a lot right there, and it would have been way better just waiting a little bit in order to get that upgrade. Getting some sepoys though, that's a lot of Gurkhas, but those Gurkhas are starting to feel a little bit out of position. You want them really out of range of the Streltsy. I believe they have 2 more range compared to the Streltsy at that age. I'm not sure though. 18 versus
14?
14, so 4 more range actually.
Yeah.
So yeah, you really don't want them to get caught in range of the Streltsy, basically. Nice pickup on the villager, so there you go. But we can see India securing the gold mine, securing yet another hunt with a castle. That castle cannot go up. Yeah, nice. He's denying the castle, he's denying also the pulling on the hunt. That's really nicely played here by Hungers, really trying to contain his opponent. And the more he contains, the more his opponent is going to go idle, and the more the mass difference is going to be in favor of Hungers. Whoa. Indeed, that's a lot of plus 60s, but that's a lot of Cossacks as well. And those sowers, there are not that many sowers at that point. Are those sepoys going to be enough to deal with? I believe that's 15 to 20 Cossacks at that point. That's a lot, and there are not that many sepoys behind this. Are those Cossacks going to be able to clean the fight? Remember, if they can connect onto those Gurkhas, and that's what they are doing at that point, they can maybe clean the fight and swing that game. Only 2 Cossacks though, they took a lot of damage, and now they are too low. But the Streltsy, they keep trading, and that was an excellent fight for Hungers right there, retaking the lead when it comes to 2 points. Sure, the little poke at the end makes it so the score is again in favor of Frontline, but that was an excellent fight right there for Hungers. Yeah, it couldn't have been better. I believe that's what you tried to say, and I fully agree. However, Source card, they are starting to come slow. He should be trying to deny that gold mine slowly. At the bottom left, we can see that some villagers are still gathering. He's trying to deal with the huge mass. that is in front of him. Cossacks still tanking, still dealing with the advantage that Sepoy of his opponent at this point. That's not what you want to fight. We can see up doing the little shift between the musketeers and the Streltsy right there, and that's it. Once again, no sowers anymore. The Cossacks connecting onto the Gurkhas. And mate, I believe Hungers proved me wrong. That guy is a freaking beast. Good freaking job. That's it. Idle. No gold mine anymore. How is he gonna train Sepoy with a gold mine? You can't. That gold mine at the back has no gold in there. All of those villagers are idle. And there are even more Streltsy, more Cossacks coming in. There is blood in the water. And Hungers is here for it.
Yeah, I mean, could not have been played better from Ungers. The unit composition had a lot of Cossacks that just weren't able to be dealt with. Not enough Sepoys, not enough Gurkha, not enough anything.
Yeah, and you cannot really go Rajputs versus India because, you know, Streltsy good. So that's it. Versus Streltsy, you cannot go Rajputs. And at that point, amazing game by Hungers.
GG. It's 2-2, guys. 2-2.
He did it.
He, yeah. I mean, you were proven wrong.
I was proven wrong.
You had me
Good
believing
freaking
it
job.
was impossible. But Hungers strong.
Hungers good, I have to say. Really, really nice play. Big GG right there by Hungers. Basically played the contain absolutely perfectly. Didn't bleed units into the Agra fort like a noob like me will do. So really, really nicely played here by Hungers. Lovely game. Lovely game. Amazing. Like, yep.
Yeah, I mean that's that. So guys, anyone who's wondering how to play against India in the Age 2 only tournament, just do that.
There you go. You need to play Russia though. If you don't play Russia,
Yeah,
you have an
apparently.
issue. And once again, you can admire my lips moving so fast that the camera cannot keep up. There you go. Konoki losing credibility. Hey, mate, I was asking to be proven wrong.
Yeah,
I got proven wrong.
Hey, what a game. We're all here for it.
Like, you know that feeling when you are proven wrong and you love that because you learn something from it.
Mm-hmm.
That's the best feeling in the world, mate.
Yeah.
What is this map? I am a silent Sam. I don't think that's the game we are looking for. Soldier Boy casting.
Who's Soldier Boy?
Looking at chat. Who is Soldier Boy? That's a good big question. That's why you never bet against Bulldoze. Soldier Boy. I will lead you. Mate. Where are you dancing?
Lakota Muir. That's where we're about to see, guys.
Are we? Damn.
Yeah.
Let's go. Let's go. Lakota Muir. So likely forward basis. Some clubmen, some no, that's not Ainas. Ainas are the Iroquois.
Where's Kaleli when you need him? He would say Lakota, good infantry civ. And he's gonna say whoever goes infantry more is gonna win. So that's what I'll say. Whoever plays more infantry is going to win. And whoever tries to go harder into cav is going to lose.
You know what? I'm gonna quote Metallica for that. Sad but true. You know, that's what it is. Basically, yes. Lakota rarely goes cavalry. Beside the four, maybe the four axe warriors that you get from the shipment at the beginning, but behind this, I fully agree with you. It's basically full infantry.
Yeah, and you know, the joke has been kind of used a little bit in the chat, but in this matchup, Lakota wins 100% of the time.
True.
Yeah, my money's
the
on
question
Lakota.
is The question is which Lakota? That's the big question. But
I
hey,
do know Frontline plays a lot of Lakota. I'm not super sure as far as the
ooh,
Ungers, but I've seen plenty of Lakota from Frontline.
indeed. And guys, we are gonna jump on the map. It's gonna be the map Portugal. Chaos, waiting for you. I am ready.
All right, Kenoki, take us in this time.
Hello, guys. 2-2 in that series between Hungers and Frontline on the north side. In the blue, playing Lakota, we have Frontline, and in the south, in the red, also playing Lakota, we have Hungers on a map, which is Portugal, with a big TP line, 5 TPs, access to water on the north side. Playing Lakota, I'm pretty sure both players are gonna go for the TP line and not for the water. That would once again surprise me. I got proven wrong the last game, and I'm sure Chosen is waiting for me to be proven wrong once again. But there you go. Lakota mirror, as Chosen was saying, usually a big infantry mirror, which is something that we don't expect from Lakota. But yeah, the clubmen's strong. That's basically it, you know. Clubmen's and archers.
Yeah, I mean, it just does so well against the Cav Archer Axe Rider, like
Sorry, yeah.
of like the normal how it used to be played as Lakota, but it's becoming more and more popular to just start a war hut and make 10 clubs, 15 clubs, make quite a few bows, and call it a day.
Both players finding a lot of treasures on that south side of the map. I believe both of them grabbed their third treasure right there, and likely gonna go for the fourth.
Morning Star
First,
makes all of the treasures doubled. I don't think that that's going to be something that they really use on this map, but definitely very interesting. Oh,
Whoop!
some explorer on explorer action.
You know, it's like I'm watching a Formula One race. You know, both of them, and he's going behind. Is he gonna get the next turn? Nope. There you go. Okay, that's the way it looks for me. You know, it's like a race car, two race cars going after each other. Both of the players playing basically the same at that point, doing pretty much exactly what the opponent is doing. No deviation. The first deviation might be in the number of villages in order to edge up. Frontline is gonna race toward the musketeer of his opponent. Remember that the gunman should have bonus damage versus that musketeer. Yeah, there you go. Oh, he absolutely blasted him. Damn. Damn, boy. I was waiting for bonus damage, but that was a lot. You know, it's like I wasn't ready. 14 villager to edge up on the side of Frontline. How many on the side of Hungers? That's the big question right there. 14 as well. The big difference is that Frontline has a zoo, Hungers doesn't. So we can see that Frontline had a zoo. He had 2 treasure quadrant, only 1 now. Hungers got none. So little advantage right there for Frontline. And we can see a Ville moving towards the south, likely in order to herd.
Did one of them edge up with the messenger and the other didn't?
That will be fair. Oh,
Ooh.
indeed.
Hungers wants to be aggressive. This could, I mean, you only have to use the age up one time. You might as well age up quick.
Is it going to be aggressive, or is it going to be greedy though? Because one thing that you can do with any native civ, any American civ to be more exact, is that you can send 3 TPs.
Yeah.
And that's not a bad map to send 3 TP on.
No.
He doesn't have the card. Oh, he does. So that's going to be the 4 Axe Rider right there being sent. However, there's no forward war hut. Yeah, the war hut is on the side of Hungers. Oh, okay. So Hungers is gonna go for the 4 Axe Rider, but what is Frontline doing? He fast age? What has he done with that fast age? Nothing? Okay, he fast stage into playing defensive. So what it gives, joke aside. Oh no, wait. Ungers was the one fast staging. Yeah. Ungers was the one fast staging. Sorry, guys. One of the advantage of fast staging as well is also that you can retrain villager faster. So Ungers should have 1 or 2 villager advantage at that point compared to Frontline if he kept producing constantly. Yeah, you see 2 villagers exactly. So in fine, that's quite a lot of advantage.
The clubs
right
are
there.
about to meet.
Hello.
Oh, smack! Oh, ooh, that's big.
Oh, yeah.
Catch.
Ding. That's the snare, and that snare is gonna spell doom on one more Axe Rider. The last 2 are gonna go out unscathed, but
Club with his
that's
own.
already a ton of damage. That's already a ton of damage. We can see those 2 villagers, they have to get in garrison really, really quick, otherwise they are gonna
The
go down.
Explorer's about to go down.
The
That's
Formula
huge.
1! There you go! No, it's not gonna go down yet. We are gonna have to keep hyping that moment. We can see the Axe Rider trying to find the snare, but is it a good idea to fight right there for red? For Hungers? I don't think so. There are more Clubmen, there are more Axe Riders. Okay, there are some archers coming from the side. Yeah, but Citons are not protected. They are just gonna go down. They are gonna go down really, really fast. Oh, that's a shipment. Big shipment of Citon, though. And that might be the turn right there, because the Citons on the side of Frontline, they're very, very far away at that point. And I believe Unger just took an extremely good trade right there, thanks to that big batch and that shipment of Citon. Citon on Citon action. Who is gonna win? Boom. 1 for 1. The Clubmen taking 1 for the team, allowing Frontline to take the lead in terms of Citon number. Very, very nice fight, though.
And what did I say? It was going to be a infantry battle, and that's what this is becoming, folks.
Indeed. It's even it's
Ooh,
almost a bow on bow action.
He's gonna have to be careful. 2 Tukola soldiers, 1 Axe Rider that's almost full health. If he's not careful, all those Cetons.
Oh, they can go down very, very quick. Tokola, remind me, they are like lancers, right? They
Yes,
bonus damage
they're
as
better than
infantry,
lancers. Yes.
Yeah. So
550 HP, and
that's a ton. They are so big, and we can
the
see on the
TP
side
line
of
is getting
Unkers.
sieged at, but those Tukolas can just catch them.
Indeed, they don't want to, though, because you don't want to trade HP versus those units. You would like to keep them. There you go for the
Tukola
Citons.
versus Tukola action.
Yeah, indeed, but where are the Clubmen? That's the big question right there in order to deal with the Tokola of the opponent. That's the big question. We can see Tokola going onto the archers right there. The Citon bows dealing very effectively with the Clubmen of the opponent. And I believe that's good micro right there by Frontline. Frontline is taking an excellent fight. Excellent fight right there. Sure, there is still 1 Tokola. It's gonna go down. And that's 1 Tokola versus none. Plus some Clubmen coming from the top. And Frontline got a huge cleanup right there. Very, very nice fight. He was behind. Not anymore. Not anymore, my guy. The big question for me is there gonna be any tech switch at that point? I don't want to use the word tech switch, but more, is one of the 2 players gonna commit onto more eco on that TP line, or is it just gonna be spam? We can see Great Hunter coming on the side of Hungers. Frontline is sending more Club Warriors. So Frontline is gonna have a huge timing right there. He's gonna try to siege the War Hut. Is he gonna be able to? If he can, that's a huge blow to his opponent. I'm not sure Hungers is gonna be able to come back if that War Hut is going down. Prove me wrong, Hunger, once again. And he's doing a calf switch. Oh! Remember, guys, never calf switch in the Lakota Mirror. Aye.
We'll have to see what happens. I think they're gonna go probably for the I don't know. All the important shipments have kind of come in now, so I don't know if it's very important to take out the TP line anymore. I don't know. Ungers actually does have quite a few good, more really solid shipments. Maybe it would be a good idea to go for the TP line, but he's gonna
And
go harass some villagers.
Frontline is gonna secure the TP line behind this, and I really like it because without the ward at the
Oh,
middle of the map
one
in order
villager.
to apply pressure, he can retake the map. One villager going down, second villager likely going down from those hidden bows. There you go, and that's the villager advantage neutralized right there. You know, 2 strikes, and that's it. And the TPs just came in. They're likely gonna go to secure the entire TP line. I wouldn't be surprised if he tries to get Stagecoach as fast as possible. That's a lot of cav, but that's a lot of clubman. Boom! One going down already, second one going down, third one going down. Boom, 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 boom.
4,
Those
5,
clubman. Oh, my
pick
man.
4.
You know, those
Yeah.
clubmans, they're as fast as my lips, you know? The mic cannot keep up with them. There you go. And
Oh, but the
those
Cav
hidden
is
bows
winning
catching.
now.
Is it? You know, there is.
Okay.
There you go. GG.
That was a good
GG.
game. Hey, and guys,
Indeed.
Lakota won. It was a close fight, though.
Big surprise. I wasn't sure Lakota was going to win. Can you have a draw in this game? Remind me. Can you have a draw?
No.
If both players have no military and they decide to not kill each other, but they cannot train military
Huh.
anymore for
I
some reason?
wonder if they deleted all of their units at the exact same time, what would happen?
Exactly.
Maybe it would
leave it.
OOS or something?
No, because I know, for example, in other strategy games, sometimes you have some draws. I have never saw that in Age of Empires 3, though. I don't think so. We are not in chess, indeed. We are not. But a very, very nice game right there. Frontline taking the lead, and I believe match point against Ungers. Ungers is going to have to play. He's going to have to use all the tricks up his sleeve if he wants to win. That's
3-2.
6 game. Yeah, 3-2
Game
for Frontline.
6.
You know, Ungers is sweating. That's it. You know, like when you have that little drop of water going through your neck and slowly into your back. That's what Ungers is feeling right now. Yep. Come on, my boy. You proved me wrong once, prove me wrong twice, please. Do we have the matchup for the next map? Still no Aztec. I am baffled that we haven't seen any Aztec in those matches. Of course, it's not a civ that everyone plays, so there you go. But still,
Yeah.
Aztec looks so strong in H2. So I'm very, very surprised. Aztec or Odenoshoni, yeah, even Odenoshoni doesn't have as much staying power. I would say, though. They have an extremely good rush, though.
Yeah.
That I agree with.
Yeah, I mean, it'll be interesting to see. I wouldn't be surprised if we see something like USA versus Aztec or something coming up.
That's true. USA as well. With USA, you have access to skirmishers. You also have access to cav if you to goons if you want to. Like, yeah, indeed. USA also very, very interesting civ because you can have that very mixed comp, I would say.
Yeah. And Dutch would be interesting. Dutch isn't terrible, but there are still quite a few civs I think that Dutch has a hard time against. We still haven't seen Britain from Frontline. Brit is also quite strong. We'll have to see.
What I would love to see is
Brit versus Howd. Yep.
Brit versus Ode. Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Okay.
Who is playing Odenoshoni? That's the big question, though.
I mean,
Oh, it's for
he's
sure
already
Ungers.
Brit, yeah.
Yeah, because Ungers already played Brit. I would love to bet on Odenoshoni, actually. I wouldn't be. We're gonna see, but
I don't like Howd in this matchup. I think.
Oh, you don't?
I think
Okay.
Brit wins this pretty easy. So maybe I could be the one that's proven wrong this time.
Okay. Pretty bad for Odenoshoni. Everyone seems to agree with that. Okay. Brit, just longbows, and that's it.
Yeah.
Ode has got a window, so someone is like me. Like there is a window, but
Robbie.
it's gonna close super fast though. That's the big thing. Like if the games goes more than 10 minutes long without critical damage being dealt to the British player, I don't see how Haudenosaunee wins. Like there is
Oh,
like
guards, I
they're
think
just
Cyro's
gonna get
fine.
scared.
Okay.
Hey, Hungers, after proving me wrong, he might prove you wrong. Oh damn! That would be cool.
Someone
Like
want to do a prediction?
I wanna see how they win. I'm not gonna lie, guys. I'm gonna be completely biased and for Hungers. There you go, guys. I want to see Hungers win this game.
I gotta have some USA pride and root for Frontline. So we'll see.
Ah, damn. I think we are ready to go into the map. Gaius, up to you.
Yeah, let's get into it.
Up. And guys, for the sixth game of this series on the soft side, Frontline in the blue, playing as the English, one of the strongest sieve in this format. And on the north side, Hungers is gonna play the Haudenosaunee. He's gonna rush. He's gonna try to kill his opponent before he can scale. And that's Hungers playing in the red. Man, I want Hungers to win this game. Please, 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 please. I want to see some Haudenosaunee win. I love this sieve. I am unable to play it properly, but I love it. And yeah, crazy. Chosen, what is your prediction on this game?
I honestly do think that Frontline will win the game. I think that Frontline will take quite a bit of map control, but first he's going to have to defend a very strong rush from Hungers. I think that pretty much the only chance that Hungers does have is to just do an incredible amount of damage very early age 2. He's going to age up incredibly fast. I'm almost certain he's going to plop a blockhouse or a war hut as close as he possibly can on Frontline, and he's going to do his best to make it quick.
Indeed. Sometimes, guys, it has to go quick, you know, when you are in a hurry in the morning. But there you go. I'm gonna stop with that tangent because it's gonna get really weird very fast. We can see both players getting for those treasures early. Hungers going for an early TP, not surprising for Haudenosaunee. On the side of Frontline, we can see triple manor in the first age, so quite a slow edge up, I would say. We don't see any TP, of course, on the side of English. That's usually not something that you do unless you are going for the GMT build. But going for GMT build when you cannot go in H3 would be weird. That's all I have to say. We can see already a collection of treasure guardians on the side of Hungers already too, trying to get some vision. He's gonna find his opponent explorer, and getting that kill would already be a very big step forward in this game.
Quite the start. Oh, he's killing
Boom!
one.
He got one.
Blew his brains out.
No snare for now. And Frontline, he might be able to escape. Maybe not. You can see that Haudenosaunee Explorer is chasing his opponent.
He's using the trees pretty well.
He's hiding. You know, he's taking cover. I'm not sure it works in this game. But hey, if it was in Battlefield, it would be perfect. Is that the messenger? Well, yeah, it's clearly the messenger. Look how fast it is going. And we are likely going to see the... Is it 4? I believe it's 4, right? The 4 Kenya West. But there you go. We are likely going to see the 4 Kenyas coming in. No forward ward, at least yet, on the side of Hungers, but I wouldn't be surprised.
At 3 minutes 15.
There you go. The Travois going up from the edge up. That's going to be a forward ward, I believe. Wait, can that Travois build the forward ward? I'm not sure.
Yeah, yep.
Yeah, it can. Yeah. There you go. And it's not gonna be the Kenya first. It's gonna be actually the Wood. So Wood, then Kenya's, maybe. We're gonna
Yeah,
see.
I think that's just losing. So we'll see. Maybe I'll eat my words, but and I'm sure that Ungers knows how to play a little bit better than I do, but this it's already looking really good for Frontline.
I have to say, giving some time for Frontline to scale even more is indeed a very risky play. 2 hunts being secured in the base on the side of Frontline. The only thing is, you have to remember on this map, the mine is a very small mine to begin with. So he might get out of coin very, very quickly, and he might move out of the base very quickly in order to get some gold. We can see the big button has been pressed. 5 tomahawks, being shipped behind this. Ungers, despite every expectation, is going greedy. Like extremely greedy. We can see sending villagers behind this, while his opponent is busy trying to outman or boom him. We can see the 5 tomahawks coming into the base, trying to find some value. Can they get a villager? Oh yes, the pathing! There you go! 1 villager for maybe 2 tomahawks, I would say completely worth. Completely worth at that point. On top of that, he's forcing a military shipment at that point into the game. That's excellent. Basically, he's getting two greedy shipments versus his opponent going for a military shipment. That's excellent. Excellent at that point. On top of that, he's getting the TP line and stagecoach. Ungers, despite everyone saying he should rush, he's going for greed.
Yeah.
And for now, he's getting away with it.
It's looking okay. There are still quite a few villagers on the board for Frontline, but Ungers with the 2 TPs, each TP is worth about 4 villagers. Here it is. It just came in. It's gonna be pretty similar eco from here on out, unless Ungers goes, unless Frontline goes way more greedy into the shipments going forward.
You agree? I have to agree, and you have to remember that British is a civilization that tends to go very, very fast through his hunts, and at that point he's completely trapped into his base. We can see some hyenas being produced, and we like basically the archer mass is going to be in favor of Ungers at that point, and that's really once again something that you don't want as the Brit. You have to protect your musketeer with some archers, and that's not going to be the case for at least... I say that, but there is a batch of archer coming out. Is that going to be enough, though, versus 2 batch of archers plus 2 batch of hyenas plus the shipment of hyenas? That's not going to be enough. So there is like a good minute for which Frontline is going to have to defend with less archers than his opponent.
For sure. But he has the outpost and he has TC fire. He can just out fire on the
Yeah, forcing idle time though. Forcing a lot of idle time. Maybe he can find a villager or 2. Nope, he cannot. That's a lot of idle time right there. Sure, he loses like 2 to 3 hyenas, but look at the amount of resources lost. On top of that, he's keeping here the idle time. He got a musketeer as well. I believe that's fully worth it, and he's forcing another military shipment on the side of Frontline. Very, very nicely played by Ungers.
It's looking
Very, very nicely played.
pretty good.
Indeed, indeed. However, he needs to be careful not to trade too many of those hyenas, because, as we said earlier, you need the hyenas to keep the archer supremacy, otherwise those musketeers can start moving forward. Oh, hyenas on longbows action, we can see, and the hyenas are starting to trade.
He's going to trade a few musketeers so that he can get the longbow mass, and he does now. And he's just going to have to leave the base now.
That's going to be a big pushback by the English at that point. I'm scared because that's a mass here on the side of English.
Coming in.
Indeed. What is coming on the side of English? More musketeers, basically.
Another Ana goes down. This is where I would want to go and push the TP line. That would be...
but for that you have to first get rid of that blockhouse. I think that's what Frontline is looking to do. That pass is not as scary when it goes out of the base, I have to say. Sieging here is dangerous because those hyenas, there you go, they can pick off your musketeer. That's already almost 3 musketeers being picked off right there, which is excellent. And those Kenyas, they are gonna move forward, they are gonna snare, allowing those hyenas to keep shooting, basically, and try to deal even more damage onto those musketeers. Maybe the push-out was a little bit early right there, still 3 Kenya West in order to keep snaring, and as long as the snare is up, the hyenas can keep getting some damage. That's the entire musketeer mass going down. Sure, there are almost no hyenas left, but there are also no musketeers left. Is that going to be enough longbows in order to deal with his opponent? I'm not sure.
Yeah,
But it is. But hyenas are being trained behind this, only 5 musketeers, and is Hunger's doing it? Damn! Damn,
he's
I ask
doing
again.
well. He's training Kanyas as well, and he's got 4 more on the field.
Exactly.
This is looking very good.
Indeed, and we can see 34 villagers on the side of Frontline. How many on the side of Hungers? That's the big question right now. How many villagers on the side of Hungers? 33! So he's not behind in villager and he has stagecoach basically. So very, very nice play here by Hungers. You also have to remember that the upgrades from the market are better on the side of English. However, English starting to run out of food, as we said earlier. So that's going to be an issue as well. Trying to get a villager, getting a villager. Is he gonna lose all of his Kenyas? That's the big question. And is it gonna be for free? That's another question right there. He's gonna lose 1 Kenya for sure, 2 Kenya for sure. Gonna get 2 out though. For 1 villager, maybe that's not the best of the best of trades right now. But still, trying to force his opponent back. Actually, that's a lot of idle time, as we can see. So maybe that was worth it.
I think Britain's going to need to be a little bit greedy, but I don't know if he can be. He's going to need to get that hunt right there and pull it in. He's about to run out of his hunts.
Indeed, look, that's what he's trying to do. He's trying to pull that in, and I think he has no choice. But Hungers, we saw in the previous game when he was playing against India, is very good at keeping those hunted check. Can he keep this hunted check at that timing though? I'm not sure. That's a lot of Hussars right there. That's a scary amount of Hussars. But that's even more Kenyas coming at the back. 4 more. And I think Frontline, he got baited into this fight because he didn't saw the 4 or 5 Kenyas coming at the back. And those Kenyas are gonna smash in. And I think that's it. That's a cleanup for Hungers. Is it?
Yeah, probably.
It is. And the hunt was not secured at the same time by Frontline. So all that push, all those units being traded was for nothing. The hunt is not secured. The hunt at the back is gonna expire. And I think Hungers is doing it because at the back of this, he has no pressure on his villager. So he can keep expanding. We can see villager getting traded, messengers being called. That's even more villagers going down.
This is good though.
Indeed, VSRs.
And he's making a cheeky wall.
Cheeky wall at the back in order to force the fight right there. And that's all of the hyena mass. Maybe Hungers got a little bit too hungry right there. And he's gonna get cleaned up by VSRs. Very nice play right there.
Kanya coming in, but that's only 2.
That's only 2, that's not enough. And that's the pushback by Brit. Hungers pushed a little bit too far. And it's gonna punish hardcore because at that point, Brit is gonna be confident. Okay, now I can push. Now I can go on the map. I can take the resources far away. And at that point, I'm Gucci. I don't have to fear. I don't have to hide anymore. Can Hungers do it? Come on, Hungers. The problem is the report. Usually, Odenoshanik doesn't have the report of English. He's trying to keep his opponent idle in order to slow the report of English at that point. But is that going to be enough? I'm not sure. 42 villagers versus how many on the side of Hungers? That's the big question. 40.
So he's still ahead actually with the TP line.
Yeah, very, very close though. And you have to remember the market upgrades. Usually you have way better market upgrade on the side of the Europeans. So yeah, I'm not sure that he's ahead. That's a big military shipment though coming out. The big problem is the loss of the hyena mass. Not having those hyenas anymore is a big issue in my opinion. He's gonna push with a lot of tomahawks and pick another villager, I believe. Nice play. Is that gonna be enough though? Even one more villager going down. Very nice play by Angers right there. He needs more Kenya though, I feel like. He needs a lot more Kenyas. That's for at the back, idling. We can see the mine just expired, which forces Frontline to move towards the right side. Angers is gonna see that, and now Angers doesn't have to fight under his opponent TC anymore. 2 outposts being invested at the front. I really like that play by Frontline to secure that hunt hardcore with some outposts and stuff. Oh,
Yeah.
VSRs?
Ooh. That definitely doesn't help.
Oh, that doesn't
2
help
get
at all.
away, 1 gets away.
1, but not more, that's for sure. Maybe?
Oh,
Nah. The snare is too strong. The snare is too strong right there. And the infantry ball is moving behind. However, it's on the other side. It's on the wrong side. The infantry ball shouldn't move on that side. It should try to move on the right side of the map in order to deny resources. I like those villagers going in front, by the way, and try to grab the resources away from Frontline right there. Keep the pressure here. I really like the way Angers is playing those contains overall. Very smart play by him. There is no reason to push in right now. That hunt is gonna expire in like a minute. Don't push under those outposts, Angers. Be patient, please. I just said that you were playing very intelligently. Don't push into those outposts. That's how you can lose the game. I think he smells it. Yeah, I think he sees it. That's way too much. That hunt is almost gonna expire. I don't need to commit into this. There you go. Stay fine, mates. Yeah, because in 1 minute that hunt is down. Once again, I really like the way Angers is playing. He's securing the left side of the map with all of the hunts thanks to Warrot. He's at the same time taking the north side of the map with some villager. The way he's grabbing everything from the map and making sure that Frontline is gonna lack resources in the short term, really, in 2 minutes max. Really nice play by him.
I want to see Frontline send off 2-3 cav up to the north and
I agree.
try and get at those villagers. He needs to get some raids going, make it less of just he's just gonna starve. Oh, he's on a mill. That's gotta feel good if you're Angers. You saw that.
Oh yeah, for sure, he saw that. And one thing I was gonna say, I'm not sure you can take those hussars and send them north, because that's a scary mass right there. There is still a Kanye West going onto those villagers. That's a little bit of a time. No villager is gonna go down though. Really, Angers doesn't need to push into those first posts. That's the big thing in my opinion. Do Haudenosaunee have access to the Rams in H2? I believe they do, right?
They should be able to.
Yeah. So they have some sort of heavy siege if they want to have access to it. In case Frontline keeps spamming outposts, that's an option. Who knows? We'll see. But tower meta confirmed indeed. Yeah, sorry guys if my pronunciation of hyenas is bad. Like there is also the animal from Africa that is called hyenas, you know, so maybe I pronounce
Hyena and then Aana.
Aana is the unit from the Iroquois, right?
Yep, Aana.
Aana. Okay, my bad. Aana. So there you go. I'm gonna try to correct it, but don't mind me if I don't. I love that word. I love those words, making sure that no raid can actually contest those villagers, that no raid can basically swing the game in favor on Frontline. The way he pushes towards the south on that gold mine, sadly that gold mine just expired.
Oh,
That's
he's
gonna be a
pick
base
up the
raid?
forward base.
Yeah, but at what cost?
He's about to lose his base.
At what cost? Exactly. Is he ready to really pay the toll? Because that's going to be a lot of damage here that can be done by Angers. Sure, you lose 2 wards, but remember, you have 2 more on the side, plus your stable at the back. I think he's fine.
I mean, this is
Single
actually
ward.
about as good as it could have gone for Frontline. He's going to come back and he's going to...
And he's gonna fight the army. Like that's the tricky part. Can he fight this army at that point? I'm not sure. He has a very good position though, because Angers is kinda forced into this fight. Angers, is he gonna turn at that point? Tomahawk's trying to turn at... The Kanye West needs to come back. Kanye West slowly turning back, but that's a lot of Musketeer, and Angers feels like he has to go back completely. He doesn't want to take that fight yet. A card is going to be sent by Frontline. We can see already the 15% damage onto those Musketeer, the 15% HP onto the Hussar. So very, very tanky units at that point. That's going to be 15% more 8 points on all infantry, I believe, or maybe that's just heavy infantry. Some Hussars getting picked off onto this Aenas. There you go. I'm trying to say it properly this time. Oh, up! The Hussars getting caught! And that's gonna be a huge fight right there! That's gonna expose all of the villagers! That might be game! That might be game! That's only 3 Hussars though going down. They are not even going down. Ooh, that was close. That was really, really close.
Yeah, that did not look good, but he's on so much wood. Briz.
Yes, and he has a hard time spending it, as we can see. He has a hard time collecting the wood. And at that point, Angers is going to try to commit. You don't want to commit those Kanyes into the Musketeer, though. Is he gonna? Is he gonna? Anyway, we can see nice shift with the Tomahawks going against the cavalry. Both players trying to basically screen the cavalry out. Sure they are, but look at the amount of Aenas on the field. That's insane. Those Gatling guns, Gatling Aenas, still dealing damage. And I think all of the Musketeers are almost down. We can see only 10 Musketeers still up on the side of on the front line. And look at the amount of Kanyes. They are gonna start to go in. That's still 15 Musketeer maybe. The Kanye was committing just too early. Is that GG? No, that's not yet. The Aenas still Gatling in.
There we go.
GG, Angers.
GG.
Free.
That was quite the game.
Damn, my boy.
Hey.
I love it.
Quite impressive.
Man,
It's
Angers.
going back and forth.
Angers with the contain. This guy is insane. Like, he plays that playstyle so good. Incredible.
Yeah.
Incredible.
That was quite a game.
Indeed. Angers too powerful. Man. I think he got a Big Mac just before, and that's it. Like, my guy. Kenoki is a poet and he doesn't know it. Yeah, I am sure, Harrison, that sometimes I am saying stuff and it doesn't have nearly the same meaning in my head that it has in yours. For that, I'm sure. But guys, 271 people watching this game. Crazy game between Frontline and Angers. 3-3. We go to the end of the best of 7. Which is insane. I wasn't expecting that, to be fair. I'm happy, man. Let's go. And I'm gonna have to drink some water before the next game.
And it's a best of 7. We started an hour ago.
Yeah.
And we're on game 7.
That's how fast it goes. That's an amazing series right there. I'm just gonna grab some water, mate, and then I'm back for the next game.
Yeah. Okay, go for it. Okay, it's been 2 hours. Whatever, Harrison. It's still pretty fast series, all things considered. They've been pretty quick games. The next game will be Howd versus Germany for Game 7. Apologies to the viewers. It's been going for 2 hours.
Hello back, hello back. Man,
You're back.
I was drinking some water and I was wondering, do English-speaking people know the meme with Jean-Claude Van Damme saying water? So good. In 30 years, there is none anymore. Do you have that meme? Do you know that meme?
I know Jean-Claude Van Damme, but I don't know that.
Okay. Damn, because
I don't
in
know
France, every time you drink water, you think about that. I have like for real. It's it's not a UFC guy, but yeah, he was doing some karate and Muay Thai, I believe.
Bloodsport guy.
Yeah, Bloodsport, exactly, Bloodsport guy. But yeah.
Okay,
guys,
well, we can get
we have
into it
blood
if you
game.
want.
Let's go. Ready.
Last game, Korea. Frontline playing Haud. Hungers playing Germany.
Damn, guys, ladies and gentlemen, fish cats, people of the sea, we are in the final game. On the right side, playing in the blue, we have Frontline as the Haudenosaunee, one of my favorite civ. And on the left side, playing in red, representing the team Jacked AF, we have Hungers playing as Germany. I was not expecting Germany in an H2 only tournament, but hey, here we go. And I really like the Haudenosaunee pick on this map. Why? Because there is water, and remember, what can Haudenosaunee do? Place a dock for free at the beginning of the map. Mate, Frontline, he has the tech. He's coming in. We'll see.
How many boats is he gonna make before he
4.
goes up? He's gonna
4.
make 4?
4. Usually you make 4 boats and then you head shop. I believe that's 4 for the build order. Maybe it's 3. I'm not entirely sure, but usually it's 4. And sorry, Hungers, I'm gonna be once again biased. I love Haudenosaunee, so I'm gonna bet on Frontline right there. Already getting good treasures. One of the big things though, on this map for Haudenosaunee, sure there is water, but there are not a lot of treasure guardians that you can actually convert. It's mostly animals on this map, so you cannot use them as much as you would on other maps. Sometimes there are a few monks here and there, but we don't see any this time. I'm surprised also that there you go, a blind monk. I'm surprised also that we don't see French on this map. Remember that the natives are absolutely amazing on this map, so that could have been an option on the side of Hungers, but he decided to go with Germany. Prince Selector, sure. What is he gonna go for though? Probably a big mass of Ulans, but against Tomahawk, is that gonna be a good pick? I'm not sure.
Yeah, I mean, pretty much all Frontline needs to do is make quite a few Tomahawks, maybe mix an AN or 2 in there, and then just push. So, you know, we'll see. Hungers proves me wrong. He's done it the whole series. It's been pretty interesting to see. Yeah, I mean, what a wonderful series. Did you think that we were going to get a Game 7?
I mean, we are in Game 7, that's for sure.
We were going to get one.
But I think we are going to get a good one. That's also for sure. What I'm not sure about is Hungers' build order. What is he going to go for as Germany? Probably a bow pike rush. That's what I would bet for. We can see with the jump moving forward, but I believe that's in order to get the hunt. Yeah, there you go. He's pulling the hunts. Is that going to be a bow pike or a more defensive approach? That's really, I'm really unsure about what.
Oh, he's sitting there. He's waiting for him to build the TP so he can kill his explorer.
Ja, Auftrag?
Wait. Oh, indeed. Building his trading post at that point, getting sure assaulted by his opponent. But wait, why does he stop building? When you build, you regen, so you have no reason to worry at that point. Frontline already aged, of course, to H2 with the messenger. Can we go on to Frontline line of sight? Yep, we can see here and the Kanye are coming out. I like the fact that he delayed the Kanye in order to make sure that they are gonna pop from that warrant at the front and
Although
a
it's
wall
slower,
going
it's
up on
actually
the side of
faster.
Wenger. Is it faster to actually send them from the back?
No, no. Although it's slower, it's faster. Like that you send
Yeah,
them
exactly.
slower. Like
Exactly. So there you go. He's gonna get the Kanye from the front. We can see also the Odenoshoni big button, and that's gonna be the early pressure that we all know and love from Odenoshoni, the big rush. There you go. It's on the way, and behind this is gonna be likely batch some hyenas or more tomahawks, or maybe he's just gonna play greedy. Who knows? We can see the Kanye is trying to find some something to latch on in the base. Maybe a villager. Can they get the villager? No, they can't. They derped around the hunt right there. Man, that hunt, those deers, man, they are playing for red. That's for sure. Those are red deers.
which
That's
is very interesting. You know,
they got shot
they're about to
multiple
be
times by
eaten.
red.
Yeah, they're about to get eaten by red.
Yet they are helping red. That's interesting.
Their own people.
Oh! Settler yes! Huge!
That
Huge!
is super huge.
Oh! Those 4 Kanye West just found the pickup. That, like, that's the dream, basically. That's 2 villager right there in one go. Insane here by Frontline. On top of that, he's gonna get the TP of his opponent, and at that point, Germany is so much onto the defensive. There is... What is the out? Is Doppelsolners the way? Is it gonna be crossbows? Is it gonna be crossbow pike? I don't know. He's looking for sure for pikes. We can see some crossbows going at the back of this, but
the market's gonna go down.
Yeah, is that gonna be enough to defend his market? I'm not sure. We can see that he chose to still send the 3 settler wagons. Of course, you have to. Otherwise, you are gonna be so behind. But on top of that, he's sending wood behind this. So really, at that point, I'm like, Frontline. That
goes
like,
down.
Yeah, that's gonna be hard for Hungers. And the big saving grace, I would say, at that point is that Frontline has no hyenas on the field, but that's very low investment by him, you know? That was 1 shipment and 1 big button. And look the reaction that he forced onto his opponent, and maybe one or 2 batches of tomahawks. That was nothing in terms of commitment.
What I'd like to see now from Frontline is just send 700 wood, get 2 TPs, maybe add an extra dock.
Exactly.
And just you know, keep going.
Yeah, we can see four fishing boats, by the way, on the water. So I was apparently correct. It happens. Not very often, but it happens sometimes.
Hey.
And we can see the 2 lands trying to find some value, but they are not going to find value. They are just going to find death. There you go. And we can see more shipment on the side of Frontline. Is he going to go for the 700 wood like you said? Oh! No! He's going to go for military.
Gonna be even more aggressive. Hey, that works.
Indeed. 20 villagers on the side of Germany, of course. There are, at that point, 7 of those settler wagons, which represent 27 villagers in total. On the side of Frontline, we have 31, so Frontline is ahead.
I think it's only 6, because you killed one of the settler wagons.
He has 3 at the beginning, then 2, then 3, which would be 8, so 7, yeah. Yeah, there you go. 7. So, yeah, Frontline is gonna go with a big timing right there. We can see that Hungers is trying to go on the water as well. But that move onto water is costing a lot of wood at that timing and not paying off yet. So that might be making, like, putting him even more behind when it comes to the land.
What do you think that Hungers needs to do at this point in order to, because I feel like Frontline's about to start scaling really well.
I agree with you. I think Frontline... oh, you mean as Hungers? What do you have to do? Because Frontline is starting to scale. I mean, you are still Germany. You still scale. You know, you are starting to go onto water. So I'm not sure. I'm not sure scaling is really the issue. I think surviving is the big issue right now on the side of Hungers, because the pressure is still on, and Germany doesn't have a lot in order to defend at that point. You know, 12 crossbows and basically 5 Pac-Men and 3 SRs. Like that's very little. Oh, and that's a big shipment right there. So that's going to be more like 20 crossbows now and 5 SRs. So maybe now he can grid on water, but I believe Frontline just scouted what was happening on the water with a little blue dot on the water. Can we see what is that blue dot on the water? Yeah, there you go. A canoe. So he sees that his opponent is going on water. Hungers produced a caravel. Okay, that was not expecting that, but at least it's gonna push that canoe back. But Frontline should be able to counter with even more canoes on his own. We can see a second one is already on the sea, a third one is coming out, and I believe 3 or 4 canoes for sure are gonna be enough to deal with that caravel. So 2 canoes here, the third one is coming, and yeah, they should be able to deal with the caravel, unless it gets 3 damage, of course. But there you go. The broadside was used, 4th canoe coming in, and that caravel is gonna go down, especially with some micro on the canoes. They are not gonna go down on their side. Nicely played here by Frontline. Gonna take control of the water, make sure he can scale while his army keep his opponent into his base. Hungers is gonna run out of food. He needs to push out at that point, and that's why sending military unit is important. Oh! The explorer saving the day here with the snare. It made the Kenya West bug basically, so they couldn't go onto those crossbows. That's a lot of mass on the side of Hungers, though. He invested basically all of his economy, all of what was left over into this military. I don't think he has enough to push onto the Warhut, though. Warhut is going to be quite a bit of damage. Plus, on top of that, the possibility of having a pop on top of your face. I don't think that's a good idea to try to push there. And the stable was added on the side of Frontline, so we are going to see more and more Kanyes at that point.
Still very interesting. He hasn't added a TP at all.
All right.
Watching at this chat, if anyone has some ideas, Germany without some EFF is castrated. I have to agree with that. While Frontline is taking the fight, he's trying to get a snare onto those crossbows being snared in range of the Tomahawk, which
more
is a
Kanye
really,
coming
really bad
in.
news.
This might be the game of the fight, or the fight of the game.
Indeed, but there are quite a lot of pikes for now. Those pikes tanking for sure, but they are starting to go down, and there are already more Kanyes than there are pike almost. And those pikes, they are not on the Kanyes anymore. The Kanyes are on the crossbows. The pikes completely out of position and snared.
Wow.
They are not going to be able to protect the crossbows. And at that point, I'm pretty sure Frontline is going to wipe the army of Hungers. And after that, what can Hungers do? That's really the question. Big Doppels, no, those three though. Go, Doppels. Can they do enough? I'm not sure. Is it still alive? I believe the Doppel is still alive. And Hungers giving up. G.
Good
freaking
game.
G. G freaking G, boys.
Game 7.
Harrison, call an ambulance. But not for me. There you go. The ambulance is for Hungers at that point. GG, my boy. Incredible game by both players, actually. Really playing that series to the maximum, I have to say. I'm not sure Germany was the correct pick, but maybe, you know, when you go that deep into a best of 7, sometimes that's the only thing you can play at that level. You know what I mean?
For sure.
So maybe that was it for Hungers. Guys, I hope you love that game as much as we did. Really cool series. We were blessed, really, with really cool games.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
and some people lose a lot of points. I can see. Ooh. But hey, there you go. Guys, thank you for coming. Like, when is the next cast? Remind me. Wait.
Let's see.
Let's check, guys, because this tournament, it is not finished. The next series will occur on Friday. So tomorrow, Caterboy versus Optimus. It's gonna be casted by Josh and Lionheart, if I'm correct.
About 20 hours, 22 hours from now.
Yeah, exactly. And Sunday will be grand finals, guys. So be ready. Keep tuning into ESOC. Some good matches coming in, guys. That was a really, really cool series. Really glad we got that one. And yeah, why Hunger Germany? Hey, you would have to ask Hunger. As we said, maybe that was the last thing he could play at that level. We have to remember that that's high level of play, so you cannot just play a Civ because it's good. You have to be able to play it to the maximum. So maybe Hungers was just comfortable with Germany at that point, and that was it.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it was still a wonderful game, super close. Wow. I mean, it just went back and forth, trading blow for blow. And Frontline takes it. What a series.
Frontline on top. And guys, I see a lot of questions in the chat. Is Malta good or stuff like this? We will never know, guys. We will never know. Will Malta be good though in the following games of the tournament? And so tomorrow and Sunday, guys, make sure to tune in. And have you got a career for commenting horse racing? Horse racing, no, but League of Legends, yes. Guild Wars 2 as well. So there you go. But horse racing, no. I'm not sure that would be my thing though. But guys, that was lovely. Chosen, do you have a word to say? A last word?
Just thank you so much for joining us on a wonderful stream of a Game 7 series. It's super cool to get to cast with you. Thank you so much, Kanoki. And I look forward to watching the rest of the finals, the semifinals, and it'll be great.
Indeed. Thank you, Chosen. Guys, all send love to Gaius. I want to see Earth in the chat. Some Earth. Let's go. Some love for Gaius, please, guys. There you go. I'm opening the love stream. Gaius, thanks a lot for all the observing. Always a pleasure. And guys, see you next time. Friday, Sunday, and bye-bye.
Yeah, bye-bye. Take care, guys. Also, can someone end the prediction?
Those sessions are gonna have to go down. He needs